coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. And we are live and direct. Today is the 10th day of May 2023. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is where we preach the gospel of emancipation, the gospel of liberty. Therefore, draw nearer to your listening devices. Also, you can hear us live on IPOB Community Radio. It's a low data consuming application, as you may know. Also on FM stations in many parts of Biafra land. 102.1. On social media, just go and type "how do I listen to Radio Biafra" and you have multiple options. Radio Biafra House of Service is one of them. On Facebook, Radio Biafra House of Service. You can also see the Biafra Digest. You can also hear our voices via IPOB Rapture Media. Therefore, do not miss the opportunity of listening to this hallowed platform that has been established, that you may know the truth and the truth shall set you free. It is a mental sanitization radio station whereby you listen and hear some things that you will never hear via or on the mainstream media. Impossible. Because what the world wants you to hear, or what the world order wants you to hear, is what they bring out to the mainstream media and nothing more. To continue keeping you stupid, gullible, pliable, everything that is bad, foolish, so that you continue running from pillar to post. That is it. But this radio station, Mazi Namdekano set it up in order to preach the gospel, the undiluted gospel of freedom, that painful truth that you don't want to hear or you cannot hear any other place. We say it here, as long as it is the truth. Because we are not trying to restore another, just a country like other countries in Africa, just for flag independence. No. If it is like that, we continue being in Nigeria. We want to restore a revolutionized country, restore a revolutionized Biafra, whereby first of all mental liberation, we start thinking in another way, because we have been thinking, reasoning in the same way and getting the same results. Today we want to critically subject everything to the altar of reason. That is why I call this time around the era of African awakening, the era of African renaissance. So you should be part of it. Without taking much time, because today I'm here with our elder also, I will give the platform to him to introduce himself before we continue. Mazi Zekulie, can you hear me? Please go on. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Mazi Chinedu. Evening. Thank you for welcoming me. Hello, fellow Biafrans. Here we are. One of our elder, the man who saw everything, who kept quiet almost 50 years, not saying. Now we have come to expose the evil of Britain and the Nigeria. Please come closer to your listening device and be able to gain knowledge this evening, because knowledge is power. Once you have knowledge, Scripture says, sell all you have. You but the excellence of wisdom is more than silver and gold. Therefore, when you have wisdom, have people die because of lack of knowledge. And be able to gain something this evening. Very, very important. Thank you, Mazi. We move on.
Ndewo Mazi Ezekulie, our honorable veteran. Therefore, as we have said and as he confirmed, please draw nearer to your listening devices. You understand? Draw nearer to your listening devices in order to hear or listen to the voice of freedom. Yes, I don't know. Mazi Ezekulie, really, your voice, I don't know. Your voice is not as clear as it should be. I don't know why. If you are using any device, please check it.
There is no device around my coming together.
Okay.
I'm not listening directly.
Okay, very good. Very good. Nonetheless, we must continue. Draw nearer to your listening devices so that you listen to the gospel. Ozioma Chineke kaina eba. Ozioma Chineke. We must remember that 30th May is sacrosanct. 30th May is sacrosanct to us. It has been established that we must remember those that fall or fell that we might live, because they will never die for nothing. Since even just like Mazi Former said earlier, right from people that even died during slave trading till today. Last time our beloved brother, a soldier, Austrian man, he passed on. It's very painful, but that is the reality. We need to deal with it. And we must continue in order. I talked with him privately on Saturday. Very sad. And on Monday, he passed on. Very, very sad. I spoke to him directly on Saturday. You know. So, but we must continue. What we owe people like this with every other Biafran that has fallen, including those that fell in Aba, their death will never be for nothing. Many of them, like one of our comrades when he was dying, bleeding to death, being shot at by the zoo security. He was gradually bleeding to death. Life was draining out of him. And the last thing he said was, continue and restore Biafra. Do not stop. Before he gave up. How can we not remember this type of people? Because they are the reason why we are still alive. Therefore, on the 30th day of May 2023, in Biafra land, there will be total sit at home. Total sit at home. Only on the 30th. Any other day you hear that they tell you that, oh, there is sit at home this day or the other day. No. It is directly from the Nigerian politicians. Directly. In order to confuse. You know, there is something I see in the way Nigeria is fighting us. The caliphate. Oh, both of them, all of them. Anything that IPOB, the leadership of IPOB does, they try to bastardize it. They try to bastardize it in order to make people frustrated, in order to make people confused that they cannot hear what is happening. That is what they are doing. They only sit at home ordered by IPOB leadership is on the 30th of May 2023 in Biafra land. That is the only thing. Therefore, we must continue in making sure that we move forward. We remember our heroes and heroines, those that died that we might be free, that we might live. Remember, our leader is still in the DSS dungeon illegally. We must continue what we owe him. He said, I will never disappoint you. It is you that will disappoint me. And we have seen it. Many people have started talking another thing. But we are here. Here we are. We continue. Our leader must be free, set free. That is the real, that is the bottom line. It doesn't matter what it takes. You understand? Therefore, today, let me go dive into some news headlines. Just some news headlines. There is this news, Mazi, please. There is this news headline where Senator, they call it Senate Chief Whip, Odiozo Carlo, writes ruling APC insists on Senate President despite party's choice of ex-minister Akpabio. Mazi, before I bring you in, please. There is this quote's been brought out. I saw it on Mazi Chinasa Nworu's page, Facebook page. What Igbo politicians, what they did just for the deception of Igbo presidency 2023. They slaughtered our people. Number one, Igbo leaders nonsense quotes. Odiozo Carlo said before, allow Roga in Igbo land, Fulani will support us for president in 2023. And today he is even crying looking for Senate presidency. No more Igbo presidency. You understand? That is number one. Therefore, he said some time ago, IPOB should be proscribed so that we will get president in 2023. These are quotes from this primitive, I don't know, primitive human beings that we call political representatives. All their excuses were, oh, do everything to appease the caliphate so that they will give them 2023 presidency. Herdsmen, Nnayan Wodo, when he was the chairman of Ohanes Ndibo, said, herdsmen are best and have not killed anyone in East. They will support us in 2023. That is Nnayan Wodo. Rochas Okorocha also, when he was a governor, he said, the only problem we have for coming 2023 is Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they tried to kill him. That's why they planned to rendition him. They supported to they planned the Igbo politicians just for this 2023 presidency that passed, that was given to Muslim the worst. Okwiwodo say, if PDP and APC didn't zone these tickets to Southeast, I will join IPOB. Yes, some we can say, I am an Igbo man and ready for Igbo presidency in 2023. Therefore, he also said, I am decamping to APC because they will give Igbos chance for presidency in 2023. Emeke Ihedion has said, anybody that votes Obi and rejects Atiku is a sabo, all for Igbo presidency. Where are they now? Ojo Carlo now is crying. Just even Senate presidency. Mazi, Ezekulie, you have been saying it that we don't have politicians. We don't have politicians. Igbo people that are. What we have are charlatans, selfish, stupid, foolish individuals. But what I used to ask Mazi Ezekulie, if you are talking, you also try to answer this question, if you may. Atatombo obainogwe. Ato nke abo oto n'ogwe. I mean, agba ato nke mbo ya da n'ogwe. Agba nke abo ya da n'ogwe. Gba ato, gba ano, gba ise, gba all. Owo ka atoro ako. All these people we are calling Igbo presidents, Igbo politicians, they are not good. Are they not from we, the people? We are they born to be politicians? Why is it that if any Igbo man enters that post, he starts behaving in another way? That is the question I used to ask, because they are also a connotation. They depict the people. Because any person, Rochas Okrocha was not born a politician. Not just Okalo, the same thing. They were ordinary people before, like most of us now. So, but whenever somebody enters, started growing up in Nigerian politics as an Igbo man, he will start behaving in another way. That is it baffles me. Now, Senate Chief Whip, Ojo Carlo, is now crying that he wants to be. They are no more talking about Igbo presidency being zone to them. The reason why they slaughtered their people. I could remember Dave Oma, he openly he said that IPOB should be, wiped off because of Igbo presidency. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be killed, should be removed from the scene. All this because of Igbo presidency. Where is the Igbo presidency today? They are not even talking about it. Now they are going on. Please give us now Senate presidency. Mazi Sobode, Mazi Ezekulie, please come into the program, please. Your take on all this.
Yes, Mazi, thank you. I hope you all are listening. Very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. See what is happening to us and what has happened to us have a foundation on British warranty arrangement. All the people that was paid warranty are all victims. Go and check this. So the man that causes the Abba is an Igbo man. Like a deal with the majesty. If he's to pay 10 pounds, you come and collect 30 pounds extra, up to 2 times.
Mazi, repeat what you said because your voice didn't come out. You said the man that did what? Please.
The man that caused the Abba riot. Abba riot. If you remember very well, in 20,
yes,
is taken. He's an Igbo man. He's also a warrant chief. So what is happening to us today has a root on those British directives. The people you see today that call themselves are all businessmen. Nobody educated them. Possibly, the Britain must have elected them. Knowing the type of they are. Remember very well, Katrina Lang, the former British Prime Minister, Sokalo, That woman, so you can see the type of people want to put in the forefront. We call Igbo
Mazi, please. This line is season and coming. Can I cut? Let me call you direct on another line, please. I don't know why. Let me call you.
Okay.
Just because what you are saying, people don't need to miss an iota of what you are saying, please. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let me call you. Let me call you on. Let me see. Because we need to hear you clearly. What you are saying is so important. Very, very important. Why? Just we must continue. Please, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, bear with us. Bear with us. Oh, I'm calling him dear boy. I don't know, he's not picking. We must bear with him. He's our veteran. I don't want us to miss any single pronouncement that he's making. I'm telling you honestly. I don't know why that line is not so good. It should be. It should be, but I will bring him back in immediately with immediate effect. Yes, Mazi, can you hear? I think you can hear me now. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, I think it's better now. Go on, please. Go on. Continue from the 1929 Aba Women Riot, which was caused
1920 Aba Women Riot.
Yes, go on.
It was caused by a man, one of the warrant chief. Somebody will go away, if I can remember the name very well. Now, the man was doing also here. When the DO or DC, district officer, asked him to bring 20 pounds, he go to the women and collect 50 pounds. And so the tax was so much, the women reacted. And the next thing that happened was that the Britain now sent their soldier to shoot these women. So the shooting did not even start today. So they needed one idiot. And we remember very well, Katrona Lang visited Ojus Okalo at Ibere. For what reason must Katrona Lang, a British ambassador, be visiting a private person on behalf of what? Why is she visiting Ojus Okalo? As what? So these are all the whole arrangement. What they give to us is idiots, fools. And these fools think that the Yorubas and the Hausas and Fulanis are fools like them. The people who can betray their own. You think that Yoruba man will have respect on you? You think that Hausa man will have respect on you? The TV man will have respect on you? It's only you that know how to make money and make influence. Mazi and fellow Biafrans, our problem are these self-appointed leaders, superheaded by a religion organization. I must be frank with you, because anytime I'm talking, I have taken time to study what Catholic and Anglican is doing in Igbo land. Is terrible. They are fighting. In fact, they are fighting. Rome and England is fighting civil war in Igbo land. Let me be honest with you. Rome and England, they are fighting war in Igbo land. That is the true position. I remember when we were kids, when we closed school, we'll be fighting, we were talking, Father on Mrejaku, Amababa, Elia Nepa, Semesu, or Utarajaku, Amababa, Aqua Yugwam, and all that. We used to throw a stone at each other. So this is a war. These two groups, these two countries are fighting war in our land. And the best way to do is to bring one idiot to represent them. Again, what happened again was...
Mazi, before you continue, please, like what you said, it's very, very important to stress it.
Yes.
Historically, people should understand that Britain, Roman Catholic and these Protestants has been fighting war, physical wars for many centuries in Europe.
Okay.
What made them, what contributed in making them to at least stop in Europe is because they transferred the fight to Africa and to other colonized areas of the world. So Europe become cool. So what had been happening since 16th century in Europe, physical war where they slaughter each other. Because when what they call the Reformation started, Protestants, by Martin Luther of Germany, they all hell broke loose. They say, who is this man to question the Pope? From there you have each country now start removing themselves, start asking that question. They have Anglican. That is Anglican Protestant. Protestantism. So it became complete war. You see the war that is going on in Ukraine. Exactly. Like complete bloody war. People don't understand. So all these things, they transfer it to in our land. People that, we are spiritual people. Now, but what they cleverly did, they removed the originality of us, our original, and implanted the fake. And we are thinking that we are still the same, we are still holding the same spirituality, whereas they understand we are holding fake. So the war continues. Mazi, I understand what you are saying, and that is what is happening in our land. Please go on.
Because I have taken time to study these people and what is going on. You see, they cannot agree. Sometimes I do wonder, why is that? You now have autonomous community. A town that used to be one people, they divide into four, and maybe initially the chieftaincy, the British, what do you call them? The British warrant chief is from Anglican part of it. And so when they now divide the autonomous community, they now, through the governor they are putting in place in the state, now pick up a Catholic man as Eze in those four communities. This is what is going on in Igbo land. I'm telling you, because I don't even sleep. Sometimes I'm supposed to be sleeping 8 hours, but sometimes I sleep for 4 hours or 5 hours, because I bother my brain so much to find out what is really wrong with us, what is happening with, and I discovered that the England and Rome are fighting physical war in Igbo land, knowing fully well the type of people we are. And today, the war is raging on. Now, let me not digress. I will digress and ingress. Let me go back to this issue of the so-called Ojus Okalo. Ojus Okalo is now lamenting. You see, he's a little boy. He just embraced Babangida group, and then from there he become prominent. He can run to what do you call the Niger State, and then our guy will tell him what to do. You see the way he was insulting Obasanjo, and all that. Even though Obasanjo is supposed to be insulted, because Obasanjo is part of the greatest problem Nigeria has today. Now, these are our so-called Igbo, self-appointed Igbo politicians, are one of the traitors we have in Igbo land. Sometimes they think that the Yorubas are stupid. Yorubas are not stupid. The Hausas are not stupid. The TV people are not stupid. Even the ethnic people are not stupid. They watch what you do, how you despise your own. After the Civil War, the war ended with all the suffering, with all the 5 million to 6 million lives we lost, with all everything that happens to us. P2B have the gut to go and invite Nigerian military by the same Obasanjo that rigged him out, by the same Obasanjo that made it possible for him not to have his mandate, the same Obasanjo that sold his mandate to Esere Noga and collected upfront payment because Obasanjo was so poor before Abdul Salami asked him to come and to represent the military, because that is exactly what happened. There was nothing like election. Olufaleye won the election, if we are to say something about that election then, because I voted for Olufaleye. But Obasanjo was made to be in power for so many reasons. This same Obasanjo was the one that P2B now embraced as friend and asked him to bring military. Without rule of engagement, the military came to Igbo land and slaughtered our youth. He pretended not to know what happened because he knows how to speak Queen's English. These are what we are suffering today in Igbo land. Talk of Umahi. Umahi harboring his own animosity, because we should understand one thing. One good turn deserves another. Umahi himself knows very well that he is the governor of Ebonyi State and Abakaleke is the capital. If you see how average Abakaleke boy is insulted in Onitsha, you will ask, what type of thing is this? They used to insult you, and if you do something anyhow, they say, Mwa Abakaleka. And what are you talking? You don't recognize them as your fellow Igbo man. You recognize as Abakaleke. What has Abakaleke have done to you? So these are the problems.
Mazi, this thing will be a topic on its own. You know, I've spoken about this. Me and I think we have treated it here one time. Mazi Austin and with Mazi Austin and Mazi Melchizedek. But I will bring it up again. The cause of this clanism in Igbo land, clanism. You know, this is a discrimination in itself.
Very serious discrimination. In fact, let me just tell you now. Let me tell you again. That P2B you see there, I hate that man with passion. I'm saying it on air. You know why? When P2B become governor in Anambra State, he made one law. He made one thing, that if you are not originally an Anambarian, you cannot be chairman of any market. You cannot be chairman of any local government. P2B brought up. Ask anybody around.
Evil. This is evil. And our people will embrace it.
This is evil. And you know, it benefited some people. They now say, Ndimwa, that in my present, a boy born 1975 insulted me. What type of thing is this? Because of the law P2B made. P2B single-handedly handed Onitsha North local government to Onitsha indigene. No election. You know, he did not conduct any election. He handed it over to them as a gift. And they occupied that place. They were enjoying everything about Onitsha North local government. You go to market, you want to contest any election in any of your market area. They say, you are not from Anambra. and therefore you cannot contest.
Mazi, please. Mazi, yes. Then why are we crying if they say we are not from Lagos? Igbos are not from Lagos. Why are we crying? Because we need to expose all this. It is evil. Evil that we should condemn with every drop of our blood. Evil. We cherish evil.
I'm bringing this issue, Mazi, as I'm talking to you, I'm shedding some tears in my eye because I was there and everything was happening. I said, why must this man introduce this type of dichotomy in the midst of Igbo people? As you see him running around talking nonsense, he wants to be president of Nigeria. He don't even recognize you as an Igbo man. Igbo state that was created by Murtala Muhammad in 1975. Do you know why the Enugu people, the Wawa people decided to move away? It is because of these people, this little area we call Anambra exit, Old Idemini, Old Onitsha. They are so selfish. Their selfishness is alarming.
Mazi, please do not generalize, please. I don't agree. I know some of them that are, please. It's all these politicians that are bringing all these things. Please.
You see this platform. That is where we say the truth. Let heaven fall. If I don't tell you what you have done, you may think I am a foolish man who doesn't know. You see, the greatest problem I have in Onitsha was the same people within that enclave. They fought, they nearly killed me. Let me just tell you, they nearly killed me. Any progress I made is a problem to them. Don't say I should not generalize. They have not, there are people who look at themselves as more Igbo than others. And when they want to go into election, they begin to call themselves Igbo. Don't you see the current governor? Don't you see the statement he made? Don't you hear? Didn't you hear? You hear him say such a thing? Why must you mention Igbo that are causing problem in Anambra as if Anambra is another thing? This is the problem. These so-called self-appointed politicians or leaders are the problem of Igbo. Why I'm trying to say this, that we need to rescue our people from the hands of these people because they are using divide and rule tactics, which was introduced to them by Britain. That is the same thing they are using. When they want to go to higher office, they remember their Igbo. But when they want to go to lower office, they remember their towns and villages and their clan. This is what is happening to us. And when they finish doing all these things, they think that other Yorubas are foolish. You go to Yoruba land, you have a field day, you buy your land, you build your house, nobody disturbs you. And then, when election time comes, you want to go and pick up one idiot because he's an Igbo man. This is where we are missing everything. If I'm in Lagos, I will vote for a Yoruba man. If I cannot bring a good candidate, I will vote for a Yoruba man so that I will create my areas of influence there. That is the area we have not made our politics right. And who are causing this problem? These self-appointed Igbo leaders. These are the people. And they attach themselves towards religion. This is what is happening to us. Let us be honest with ourselves. I'm an elderly man. I cannot just come in here and begin to paint any word. If I should paint word, I stop speaking here. I can embarrass anybody, even my wife. I can embarrass her in public if she does anything nonsense. That is me. Because I don't have friend. I don't have permanent friend. Neither anybody. If you do anything wrong, I'll just right there in front of you, I tell you what you have done is wrong. So the problem we have is these self-appointed leaders who are not even leader. Who knows Peter Obi before he came to contest election? Was it not in London?
Mazi, let me stay there. Let me ask this also. Why is it that people, the population, don't rise up to, condemn? Like if people are all these politicians, I said it right from time that they didn't fall down from heaven. They came from us as Igbo people also. So any person that look at, just like what you said, Chukuma Soludo, he's an ordinary person yesterday because he became a governor. Like the statement, one of the statements he made, I preached against it here on Radio Biafra. He said, after the election, he said, any person, any community that didn't vote for their party, they will receive it hot. There will be consequences. I say, what? Why should this thing be happening in our land? And the people are not rising up to condemn this. That is the problem. Mazi, Mazi, let me tell you, I'm talking my mind. The coming of Biafra we usher in is just a revolution. A revolution is not a joke. There will be blood. Do you see this old order that they have established in our land? How did Okezi Ikpeazu win election? He went to I could remember he went to on video. During campaign, he started talking to Umpa people. Why are you calling it Diozo? Why this discrimination and people are embracing it is becoming part and parcel of us, and we are pretending that it is not happening. And when it happens from another person from Yoruba against Igbos, we start shouting, crying. Whereas all these things is what is happening in our land, and we embrace it, we clap for it because it favors you. Mazi, go on, please. Go on.
All right. You're now citing that of the foolish man who is an Ungwa man. I know when he was coming in, he began to evolve a dichotomy and ethnic jingoism in the politics. As if Abia State is made up of only Ungwa, forgetting that you have Umuago, you have Ibeku, you have Afara, you have so many towns and villages, numerous of them that make up old, including Ibwede, Abriba, Item, Ohofia, Okoko, and all these areas are part of old Abia State. But he's now come to Aba and begin to instigate the people that this is our own, and they voted for him. What did he do at the end of the day? He did nothing. He is a failure.
Sorry, as I'm interjecting, I'm sorry. But do you know that do you know that a Yoruba man from Ogun State can become a governor of Lagos or can become a governor of Ondo? Do you know that? And a Hausa man from Nasarawa can become a governor of Kaduna. But when it comes to our land, I cry, we become clannish. This thing ain't our brain. What is the problem? I want to know. Sometimes, what is the problem of this? What is this?
Because the people you see are ignorant. 95% of average Igbo youth is politically ignorant. We don't know anything about politics. Igbo man doesn't know.
Mazi, you are completely right. You are right. 100% right. You are. Go on.
Because politics is a different thing from buying and selling. You go and buy, you go and sell. It doesn't make you anything. You just make money and become a millionaire. Every other afternoon, you go and eat nkwobi and every other thing. Put on your toothpick and then go to your shop, balance there, and money will be counted. You think you have arrived. You have not arrived anything. You are suffering. You are just suffering. You are just suffering. Politics is a different thing. And before you become a good politician, You must know the demography of your town, villages, your even state. You will know the boundary, so that when you want to be into politics, you can be able to account for the people living in outskirts of that your state. Igbo people doesn't know. An Igbo politician, so-called self-appointed politician, only know his little village. And if that little village is not sufficient enough, he go and create areas of influence. For example, Peter Obi, because I like to talk about this man, and I will talk about him next time. What he did to Ndi Anambra, what he did to Ndi Igbo. He did a lot of damage to us. Now, he is from Agolo. But when he came into politics, he tried to embrace Onitsha people. He tried to embrace Onitsha people. And because Onitsha people has a very high level of influence, the people I so much respect. In my whole life, I respect Onitsha people. Average Onitsha man, I have a serious respect on them. Because they know what politics is all about. Politics is about collective interests of your own people, of your own wider people. You are an Igbo man. You have to accommodate every other Igbo man. You don't have to discriminate. This man is from Imo. Imo was created 1975. This man is from Abia. Ndi Abia Anua. Ndi Imo Anua. Mwaba Keleke. And all that. And all that. The man that tries to make a little bit change is Nnamdi Azikiwe. There's something he did during MPP time. He went and elected Jim Nwobodo as governor of Old Anambra. And it did not go well with the Idemili Onitsha province, Old Idemili and Old Njikoka and Onitsha province. It did not go well with them. How can he go and take somebody like somebody from Nkano to become a governor of Anambra, where they think that in Njikoka, Nnewi, Old Idemili and Old Onitsha province are involved. Who is this Jim Nwobodo and all that? But Zik maybe somewhere along the line, he's trying to correct the old error he made in the time past by taking somebody from that area to become the governor of Anambra State. And you see the way they fought Jim Nwobodo. They fought Jim Nwobodo. They fought Enugu people that warrants them, they called them Ndiwawa. They insulted them. Finally, because of that, they clamor for separation from Anambra. And that is how we have Enugu State, Ebonyi inclusive. Because when they now separated these people, because they are troublemakers. Let me not just mix words, because here is where we say the truth. Because it is hiding the truth is what keeps us in darkness. So we say the truth. Even if you are attacking me, I will say it. That is why they clamor to separate themselves from these particular people who are so self-centered. And the Enugu State was created. And look at them. All these years, Enugu have been created. What has they done with Anambra State? Nothing. Nothing. The same ethnic jingoism. The same clannish jingoism. Go to Agolo. You don't have a road going there. The only road you used to have to going to Agolo was built by, what do you call him? Ngige. Throughout the years of this man who speaks like a woman, he never built any road across to that place. So I don't know why he should be coming out to tell us he wants to be president of Nigeria, where the Yoruba man is there, where Asiwaju Tinubu is there, the man that knows politics of Nigeria. Atiku is there, the man that knows politics of Nigeria. You think if you go to number 10 Downing Street and come back, they will tell Igbo presidency. Are you an Igbo man in the first place? Haven't he been living all these years in London or America? I don't know where he's coming from. So these are the problem we have. We always go into political sentiment. And this is why we lose all the time. We continue losing. Because we are not politically inclined. By now, Igbo will be suffering for another 8 years. Another 8 years. Because these people who knows politics have galvanized everything. Don't you see? Ozuto Kalu is now crying. He's talking about presidency. All of them wasted 100 million going to pick up tickets. And God knows the people just duped them.
Mazi, they duped them. Mazi, let me tell you this story. I have said it here. Do you know that the bribery is open? In Nigerian setting, it was open. They didn't hide it. Some people share the delegates to $200,000, $500,000, $400,000.
Yeah.
We did. All of them did. Do you know they collected and pretend they will bring you are an Igbo. No, it's Igbo presidency. They will collect their money. After everything, when they will become disappointed, do you know what the house are, what they did? They're not an us. They first of all started alert that some politicians gave some of our people fake dollar. So you cannot go to ask for a fund, otherwise they will deal with you. They will bring out fake dollars and say, this is the money it's fake dollar. Now you become arrested. EFCC will start pursuing you. And all of them, they kept quiet. They lost all the millions of dollars to delegates. Now, Mazi, this do you see this movement? IPOB opened my eyes and know that indeed, we are nothing. We are not. And we're what's our politics? We are nothing. And we're I'm telling you.
I am very happy to be in this platform at this particular time, because very, very, very important. So many truth has to be said here, no matter who is hot. If I'm hot, I'll take it. We have bastardized ourselves. We have sold ourselves. Our frontline self-appointed politician has sold Igbo without even collecting money. They sold out with nothing. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine the man called Archbishop Arize going to persuade Ojukwu to abandon the war of liberation, the eternal freedom, and to go for self-exile so that everything will be okay? There will be this, there will be that. And he did it quietly. He sneaks away thinking that nobody will ever know what he did. And today we are still suffering. He sold us away, and the Britain knows that he's a very big traitor. He's a fool, complete fool. After that, he was given, what do you call it, cardinal. And right there in Rome, what he brought to Igbo land is Ekele Maria.
Mazi, let me make a point also. Do you see the video of where Pope Francis was shaking all the cardinals, some of the cardinals? When he reached to Cardinal Ariz as a black person, he treated him like a leper. The way they said to shake him, Mazi, because they know that this man is a big traitor of his people. When people that use you as a traitor, it's just like a police, an informant. The police will hate you no matter that you are giving them information. They hate you with all their venom, because they know that you're a traitor. That is, they hate you with all their with passion. That is how they hate Igbo politicians. You remember the leaked conversation between Kunle and Alhaji? Alhaji said in that he said when he mentioned the Igbo politicians, he said, leave them. Well, we know them now. They are businessmen. They are not politicians. We know them. They are just they laugh over it. They say, but for these people, these Igbo politicians, they believe that they are all. They are doing something. They don't know that they know them. They use them, and how much? That is what they will ask them. How much I give you? They pay them off. Finish. Mazi, this thing you said is what I've been saying 100%. Igbo people, we don't know politics. We are just making noise. We are not politically inclined. Zero.
Let me come in again. Do you know when oil was discovered at Nzam, this Orient oil of a thing, Orient Petroleum, Orient oil was discovered at Nzam during P2B era. And then there was this problem at Nzam, the town bordering Kogi State and Anambra State. Because, you know, the map of Anambra and the map of Nigeria was being drawn constantly by the Northerners and through the help of Britain that guides them. Because average Igbo man never know that Britain hates him with passion. I pity Igbo man. As long as you are an Igbo man, you call yourself an Igbo man, Britain hates you with passion. With passion. Don't you see this man? He's in jail in London. How many Nigerians have been jailed in such a way, have been disgraced in such a way? A whole deputy Senate president of the so-called Federal Republic of Nigeria. When they talk about Federal Republic, you think that it is something very strange. Federal Republic. A republic where you have kings, you have Oba, you have Emir, you have Sultan. Is that a republic? Republic. Everybody is king. Republic. That's the Italian word.
And Mazi, do you know the National Assembly is trying to criminalize the protests in Nigeria, in a republic, in a democracy? They are trying to, they are making a move in order to criminalize the protests in Nigeria. It's on news headline, Mazi.
And the man that is choosing to do that is an Igbo man. He is the one passing the bill. He is the one passing the bill. You see, they want to cage this thing called Nigeria. 2024, you will see the one that seniors the Pope. The most senior to Pope is what we are going to see. Because they are galvanizing how to change everybody. Since you people have decided to be fools, they have to treat everybody like fools. That is what they are trying to do. How can you just tell me that a people that your money was seized, they tell you they're changing currency, color of currency, certain denomination of currency, and they ask you to bring your money to the bank to be changed to the new currency. And you went to bank, you brought your money there, the new currency was not given to you. They say, pay in your money. I'll go back home with that my money. And people pay in their money and went home without cover. Nobody protested, nothing happened. So they concluded that these people are fools. And the agent of Satan, they call pastors and the reverend father, because this people are agent of Satan, are telling him, don't worry, he will pray for the government. Even Peter B himself said, Nigeria should bear with federal government. We should bear with them. He didn't see anything wrong with that. This is the problem. So don't blame those who want to finally catch everybody, because we have evolved religion, and religion has made us to be fools. Fools. Therefore, the best thing is to catch these people, put them inside cage, because they don't want living as a human being. Treat them like animals. They can protest. Look at what is happening in Pakistan. Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, was arrested by military day before yesterday or yesterday. As I'm speaking to you now, what do you call it? Islamabad is burning. They are burning everywhere. The people on the street, bringing down buildings. That is what you call a republic. The power belongs to the public, not to one man. You are carrying gun. How many people will you shoot? But in Nigeria case, before you know it, they will activate ethnic something. Now Igbo people, just like P2B will activate Ndanambala. and what do you call it? Soludo Wusa. Ndi Igbo ndị bịara abịa na Anambra. But ndị na-emebisi Anambra. I look at him. I wept for him. Why do you mention Ndi Igbo? Why don't you say the people
Mazi,
you don't know them?
Mazi, do you know to remove this thing from this thing they are implanting in the heads of average, everybody. To remove it, that is the problem. That is where I used to say, Mazi, if Biafra comes, before Azacha, because I got the bloody. Because these people, they have infused many things in the heads of our people. Uselessness, everything. How can you be calling the Anambra ndị Igbo ndị ọzọ bịara na Anambra na-emebi obodo? It's evil word, evil statements. Go on.
Just imagine. I watch him, I look at him talking. I say, look at this man. Does he know exactly the consequence of that word he's using to begin to refer? In fact, he went as much as organizing towns and villages, all the meetings of villages, to make sure he automatically hijacked all the towns and villages meeting, to make sure that everybody that lives in your community, you will know him. And so if I'm living at Nnewi, then the area I'm living will isolate me because I'm not from Nnewi. But I have my house, I have my businesses there. So what is he trying to introduce? You see, these are what Britain told them to do. Let me be honest with you. There must be a hand of Britain there.
Mazi, but are they fools? Mazi, but even if they tell you to do something, can't you think and say no? You reason the consequence of what this thing will happen, or what this thing will cause.
Their hands are tied. Their hands are tied. Their hands are tied. Their hands are very tied. Don't you see what Obasanjo did equally? The hands of Obasanjo is tied. Do you know that during the war, there was this problem between Amadou Ahijo and Gowon
of Cameroon?
Because yes, on Cameroon, because they were persuading Amadou Ahijo not to allow us to have access towards that particular Bakassi axis. So Amadou Ahijo now accepted, but said, if that must be done, you have to give me certain area. So there was this thing they call Merwa agreement, whereby they said certain area should belong to Cameroon. They even traded our land because they wanted to win the war by all means. And then, after the war ended, there is this town that is called Bakassi Peninsula. You have the ancient people that have been living there. The Cameroon Gendarme was disturbing the people there. There was this problem. And there was this court issue and all the rest of them. The problem continues until when Abacha came in. Abacha told them, no inch of Nigerian territory will be ceded to Cameroon. We don't understand what people are talking. Abacha himself moved soldiers. I was watching. There was a day I traveled to Aba. I was coming back. I traveled to Aba with my transit bus. I have transit bus. I use it to supply something to Aba. So I was coming with that very particular bus. I saw military trucks filled, over 30 or 40 of them. They were heading towards Bakassi Peninsula to go and teach Cameroon the lesson of their life. They cannot take Nigeria territory. Do you know after they must have poisoned Abacha, he died, and then brought in Obasanjo? Obasanjo quietly ceded that particular territory to Cameroon. And then what did he do again? He now displaced the entire people, removed the people who are originally the indigenous of this area, and go and keep them in another place, and handed over empty land to Cameroon. Obasanjo single-handedly gave Nigeria territory to Cameroon. This is how they rule.
Mazi, let me say this thing. Do you know, I have made many researches on Abacha. Do you know that Abacha, if in the Nigerian setting, he could be one of the best head of states in Nigeria, because he resisted the influence of Britain in many ways. But do you know that is the reason why they demonize Abacha with the media? To the extent that when you call who is the devil of Nigeria, they say it's Abacha. Abacha loot. There I now understand. Do you know what happened to Abacha? I now understood that man can recreate man. The same way they recreated Idi Amin. The way we see Idi Amin before, I thought they say Idi Amin used to eat human being. He's a cannibal. But not knowing that because he fought the British, he resisted the West. So they now dealt with him, with the media, and turned him into devil, Lucifer. So it's a problem, very big problem. Continue, Mazi.
Abacha is one of the best Nigeria president, Nigeria head of state. He's a complete patriotic Nigeria soldier. Anytime you see the Western country demonizing anybody, know that that person is a good person. Do you know what happened during Abacha era? They so demonized him. The newspaper, everything they were writing so many nonsense about this man. And you know what happened? Pope John Paul visited Nigeria and visited Abacha. Guess what? He visited Abacha to calm down, because every other oil company owned by the West, he tell them, no, your exploitation is just too much. He makes sure that the Western country does not receive this undue influence. They don't have this undue influence again. They send religion. You see how religion work with them. You see how they use religion again. Pope came to Nigeria and visited Abacha. And all those talks and all those things, people never know. I never know. Even then, I never know the reason why Pope came, because I was asking, what concerns this religious man with the head of state of a country? I never know. He was sent by the West, because the West fight together using every necessary weapon available to them. When it comes to religion area, they send Pope or send anybody. Have you heard that Justin Welber have visited Nigeria before? He cannot visit now because he doesn't have serious influence. But they went and took Pope. And you know that this particular Pope is from Poland. A very good man indeed. The man that apologized for the catastrophe of Second World War, the role Catholic Vatican played in the Second World War. He was the one that apologized to the Jewish people. And he went to Canada and apologized last year to the indigenous population. No, I'm talking of Pope John Paul. Pope John Paul. Okay, sorry. Yeah. This one went to Canada to go and apologize. These are good men. But even though on that ground, they cannot apologize to Biafrans what they did to us. He said what happened at the arrival of Pope, at the end of it all, was he landed at Onitsha. The Catholic leaders led him to where they call Iba Pope. They erected a very big, because that is where he was received by all the Catholic faithful. They built a very giant Catholic church there, very marvelous. They call it Iba Pope. And that is where they are worshiping. And if you go there now, you will see a very giant image of the person they call Virgin Maria. I haven't seen a woman who give birth to a child and still be called a virgin. Isn't that a great deal of deception? And people are doing whatever thing they do. So they now turn that very particular visit into a religious jingoism. But Pope John Paul was honest in himself, but he was led to come on that message, on that very particular journey, to try to tell Abacha to calm down, because the Western interest in Nigeria is suffering. He blocked them completely. And finally, he was taken out. And the rest is history. So what I'm trying to say in effect on what we are discussing is that religion has been an instrument. And most of our politicians, when they want to go into politics, they evolve religion. When they don't know anything about religion, they don't even go to church. They go to, by the way, what do you go to church to go and do? You go there and talk nonsense and then go back home. They will do sign of cross on your head. And that is that. You become a religious man. And when you go into politics, you begin to ignite ethnic jingoism and tribal jingoism. Begin to insult your fellow Igbo man. So what is happening to us is caused by Igbo. And they think that Yoruba are not watching them. Look at Iwanyangu. Iwanyangu say our people who have been, whom shop have been burnt at Lagos. Let them not come back. Let them stay there. Who are you? Have you, out of the billion you collected after the war, have you now given them at least, give them 1 billion, 2 billion? Go and donate money to them so that they can start. You can't do that. So the problem we have is self-appointed Igbo politicians. They are our problem. They use divide and rule. They destroy our unity. The church also destroyed the unity. Look at how the church have hijacked the entire tradition of Igbo. You marry one wife instead of 2 or 3 wives. A man is supposed to marry. A complete man marry 2 or 3 wives. They say you must marry one. Then your child will go to marry. He must marry a Catholic. He cannot marry anybody who is not a Catholic. And they hijacked even the burial. When somebody died, the bishops or the whatever you call them will come to bury that person on religious ground. He will not be buried according to Igbo tradition. So they make sure you never incarnate, because when they place that cross on your tomb, then you are gone. You filter into air. You cannot incarnate again. So these are the problems we have. If we must point accusing finger, we should be pointing accusing finger to look at Ogbonnonu. For example, Ogbonnonu was asking, where is the justice? Where is the justice? I look at him, I say, are you not a fool? Where is justice? Your brother, a man called Jonathan Azikiwe, tell you that he's an Igbo man just because he's from Bayelsa, and he married an Igbo woman from Umuahi. He evolved Igbo name and tried to benefit us. During his 6 years in office, he never recognized him. He never recognized the good work he did. You went to align yourself with Buhari that have retired, almost retiring from politics. You go and tell him to come back and contest under APC, that he will become president. He says so. I am not just quoting out of, because I listened to him. He said, I was the one that went to Daura to go and persuade Buhari to come and contest under APC, that he will win. Reluctantly, the man accepted, with hope that maybe he will become secretary to the federal government. A betrayal. You have betrayed your own people. You have betrayed Jonathan, and Jonathan was kicked out of the office. And when Buhari came in, he just gave him Minister of Technology, not even secretary to the federal government. What of what do you call this man? The man that speaks too much grammar. Rochas Okorocha. Rochas Okorocha said it, that he was one of those that formed APC with Chinedu. And then when he's to contest election, he did not want to contest that election under APC. He came to Ojukwu, he went to Ojukwu and asked Ojukwu to give him mandate of a governorship candidate in Imo State so that he will contest. Ojukwu looked at him. I said, okay, you can go. He went and contested and won. In fact, he went to Wazirike, and Wazirike gave him Mossop boys This is another terrible thing about Wazirike. That Wazirike, he should be hanged in the market square. Let me be honest with you. Wazirike should be hanged in the market square because he has killed so many of our youth because of those nonsense he's doing at the Okwe. So Rochas Okorocha now use these boys as his thugs. After all said and done, he won the election. Immediately, before you know it, he turned to APC, changed the whole flag in the local government. They become APC flags. And these boys, he is keeping them. They are 5,000 boys. He is keeping them under his control. And these are boys that are dying in Imo State. I'm telling you what I know. You know, I'm always in Nigeria 24 hours. I must be honest with you. I'm a village man. So, and I gather my information. I mingle with so many people. You will never know what I'm doing. He kept these 5,000 boys and was financing them until when he wanted to go out and bring his in-law, the bubble burst. Another person more wicked than him came in, more treachery than him came in, and decided to dismantle all the structure he put in place. That is the war you have in Imo State today. Where is Wazirike? Where is the boys you rented to Rochas Okorocha? Many of them have been killed. So this is what is happening. We don't have politicians. We have businessmen. They go there for their own personal interests, and they use our youths to deceive them. And then the youth, you deprive them. You never build any industry. You go and be building hotels. All the boys that make money in Lagos, you ask them to come to Imo State and continue building hotels here and there. And every other night, our girls are being used as a prostitutes. All the school naked and all the rest of them. So the purpose of building hotels is where you go and have sex with women. Every night there is party in every hotel, and all that and all that. Look at the type of person he is. Look at that. He never built any industry. No industry, at least to accommodate this youth. You only be giving them money. Some of them, you went and renovate their father's house, their old houses. I know so many of them, they went and renovated their father's houses. I say, is that all? That's why you sell yourself soul to Satan? You'll be disappointed. Maybe sometime you'll be killed. Look at that prison break. It was done by Rochas Okorocha and his men. Because there are some of the boys that were there. So what is happening to us? One thing that confuses me is that why do our Igbo politicians think that Yorubas are fools like them? That the Fulanis are fools like them? Why do they think that way? Why do they think this way? These people are not fools. They know what they are doing. They know that you people are not serious people. If you are serious people, why did one of you went and convinced Ojukwu, who called the all Eastern elders and Eastern chiefs, and asked them, what do we do about this situation we find ourselves? They say we have to declare a republic. And he declares a republic under their advice.
Their mandate.
The end, under their mandate, at the end, a bishop of a Catholic church was used to go and deceive this man. And this man left everything, left even the chief behind. He never told them anything. All the commanding officers, and he left. And we were slaughtered. We were disgraced. We were disgraced. My God. The suffering we find ourselves today is because of that very particular. Had he continued as a man, After all, he's dead now. He's no more alive. But look at the disgrace the same people meted to him. Look at the type of disgrace they meted to him. They did so much disgraced him. This is the problem we have. We are not serious people as far as politics is concerned. But thank God for Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless him and bless him and bless all the IPOB who are listening, who are committed for freedom. Freedom, for one to get a freedom, for one to be free, is not a crime. But another thing is this: freedom is very, very expensive, very, very expensive product, that it is not given for free. Something must exchange hand. Some blood must exchange hand. Freedom is very expensive, because when you are not free, you are serving interests of somebody who wouldn't want you to be free. And when you want to be free indeed, there must be exchange of something. Chinese fought for their freedom from the hand of this particular Britain. Chinese fought, India fought, Japan fought, America of today, where everybody is going there to live, where Obiano, after serving for 8 years in office, the very first day he handed over to Soludo, he left that very day, going to Houston with the money he stole from Anambra State. Why are you rushing to go to Houston that same day? Don't you have a home at Aguleri or Umuleri? This same America, people shed their blood to have the freedom they are enjoying today. And we are toiling with our own freedom. We think it will be given to us the platters of gold. We have not shown any reasonable, how do I put it, force to show that we want freedom. Nnamdi Kanu of this world, tell it to Nigeria government and whoever that cares to listen, that you must allow us to be free. They were afraid of him. And whom did they use to rendition him? The same Igbo people. Don't you hear when Ifeanyi Uba said, Oblakwa plane, my private jet, my friend. You just imagine. Didn't you hear him say that? Biafrans. Didn't you hear Ifeanyi Uba said, no Oblakwa his own private jet, no Okwante his friend. That means that his friend must be an Igbo man. So you know about the rendition, and you think the Fulani will respect you? You think Fulani will respect you? You think Yoruba will respect you? When you ask Obasanjo to give you military to come and kill your brothers, Obasanjo told you, if I give you military, they will destroy a lot of things in your... He said, give me military. No...
Mazi, once an Igbo man is on top, a position of power, even in meeting, just watch him. Or they call Obana, he doesn't have blood again. Or I don't know how we should stop this.
He's completely drunk. So, Mazi and fellow Biafrans, because I know I'm talking to so many people who are listening this evening, our problem lies in our hand. We are the cause of our problem. Very unfortunately, they removed history from Nigeria school curriculum. But I didn't start reading history from 1970. I decided to know much more than I used to know. I go into buying books. I go into buying newspapers. I go into listening to so many informations. And from there, I was able to gather so many other information that I don't know before. So you don't even need to be taught history. You need to ask yourself questions. Why are we here? Nnamdi Kanu was born in 1967. He was not there. He was just 3 years when the war ended. But today, so many things I have heard from his mouth. That means he read other books. He did other traveling. He acquired knowledge and wisdom, and he was able to confirm to himself that he is the one to liberate us from Nigeria and from British colony. And he has done a lot. Look at the radio he put here. Ask so many of our people, none of them are listening. I ask so many of them today, do you listen to radio? Sometimes. But the person I'm asking, do you listen? He is listening to Anambra Broadcasting Service, where they are feeding him with news of whether Obi will go to court or will not go to court. I said, so you don't listen to Radio Biafra? He said, yes. So how do you now understand yourself and things that are happening around your corner? He laughed at me. It's okay. You continue listening to Radio Nigeria and NTA. So this is the whole problem. Mazi, I don't know. We are in problem.
Mazi, we are in problem, or we are in problem, honestly.
We are in a very serious problem, Mazi. Look at, everybody is insulting Chinedu. You are insulting Chinedu. You go to social media, people are insulting Chinedu. Why do you insult that man? Why do you insult him? He knows what he wants. He go for it. He get it. Power is not served in a restaurant. Power is not served in a restaurant. Power is too expensive. You can't serve it in a restaurant. You go to a restaurant, you say, give me power. No, you work for it. Britain did not become Great Britain just by mere talking. They have to defeat Napoleon Bonaparte and become Great Britain. That is what happened. That is when they answered this Great Britain. They defeated Napoleon Bonaparte in the War of Waterloo. Go and read your history. And they captured Napoleon Bonaparte and buried him in Ireland. Instead of burying him in France, they went and buried him either island of either Katrina or something, Saint something. One island. That is where they buried Napoleon Bonaparte. A great Napoleon, the man that defeated the Ottoman Empire, the man that made it possible for Ottoman Empire to be defeated. Because Ottoman Empire was almost entering the Western European country. They have finished with Eastern Europe, about to enter Western European country. They cried, where are men with blood in their body?
Mazi, in Sobode, as we say, in Sobode. You know, that is why, you know, you see this Radio Biafra, you see this exchange of knowledge that is being pervaded here on Radio Biafra. For me, this is the number one thing. The most important part of the restoration effort is being done on Radio Biafra and on, social media by genuine hardcore media warriors that know what they want. I'm telling you. It is not a give us a Biafra, give us Biafra. Tomorrow Biafra, you get Biafra and everything. Both to the my here, the foreigners will have influence. Something will happen and they will send the Archbishop of Canterbury. Archbishop of Canterbury will send you a message as a policy maker. Change this thing, you know, it's not good. You know, you are our member. Mazi, this is why, as you have been saying, and we keep on saying it, if you are in IPOB as a leader, in IPOB, leadership position, religion should be relegated. Religion should never even do nothing concern, no matter whatever that is talked about against your belief or as a religion. It shouldn't bother you. You should grow above religion. Otherwise, it will have one influence on you that will be detrimental to the people. Cardinal Arinze did it. Because had it been our late leader, had it been he, you know, he doesn't care about it. He said, once they come and tell you, say, okay, I'm not going to, no problem. And he let them go. Now he will summon his people, his generals, and tell them. Maybe things would have been different. But because Aneku, you know, when you are the DGO, we come and tell you, you know, you say, okay, sir, okay, sir, okay. In fact, a president will be calling Mazi Ezekuli. I hope you are still there. You are there, right?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
Do you know when I think do you follow when Obama was in office the first time? He traveled to Saudi Arabia. On shaking the king of Saudi Arabia, he bent his head a bit. All hell broke loose in America, rightly so. Why should the president of United, the most powerful country in the world, bow down to who is that? Is it because he's a Muslim? Bruha, I think it was either 2009 or 2010. Bruha, no, it's rightly so. No, he changed it. He changed it that no, he's because of his African descent, respect this and that. But he has committed the most atrocious, error. Because he should, as a policy maker in that position, every other thing should be below you, including your, what do they call you, that the Geo you are with before. It doesn't matter. If he come to you, you treat him as any person. But when you harbor this sentiment, that is why we are trying to open the eyes of our people, so that you will not be influenced like before by all these religions. Otherwise, we will restore a quagmire also in Africa. I'm telling you, but it will not happen. Mazi, please go on and make your conclusion so that I will open the lines. Mazi, sorry, somebody. Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi is Ekulie. I don't know. Let me see what's happening. Somebody was disturbing the line. I'm telling you. Okay. Go on, please. You are now on air. You are back on air. Somebody disturbed the line. Go on, please.
Okay. Because I saw on hold there.
Yes. Somebody disturbed the line. Go on.
Like we are saying here. You see, we don't know how, and we don't know how they manage to bring their religion and use it to influence our people, because this religion have done so much harm than good. Do you know, when you go to towns and villages, almost everybody you see there are into religion, and they have nothing to show for it. They have nothing to show for it. But the people that brought this religion are not religious. They look at you, they laugh at you, and the way you are fooling yourself. They tell you, go to heaven. Which heaven? Where do you have this heaven? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like going to heaven. Just a delusional statement. They put it in the Bible, and they deceive you, and they make you away. You donate your money, your 10% every month. You calculate all your 10%, you give it to them, and you give your tithe and you give your offering. They keep benefiting from you day in, day out, while you are suffering. Mazi, do you know that when this opium war was fought in China, because yesterday and today I take a time to listen to complete information about this opium war. They also, these same people that was taking this opium to China was also taking Bible with them to China. The same thing. They were bringing religion in. But Chinese refuse. Already, they have already influenced them with this opium of a thing.
Opium, for your information, people listening, opium is a hard drug used in making like heroin and cocaine.
Powdered something, yes.
Go on.
They refuse their so-called Bible. And do you know that while Britain was trying to fight China, France was also involved. Some European country was also involved in this opium something. It is like we're a gang of criminals. When you go and be fighting, when the war front become too tough for you, you go and call other criminal gang. They come in.
Mazi, do you know where I doff my cap for the Europeans? Mazi, even if they have do you know that anywhere one, for example, France is having problem with the colonial people, with the indigenous people, fighting them. it doesn't matter. He will invite other European countries, Britain, no matter that they are enemies, but they will come and collectively fight for France. Like in Haiti. During the time Haiti was fighting against France, that time, the same time, Spain and England were waging wars in the Caribbean against France. But after they left everything to join France in order to bring down Haiti, so that after they continue their own brotherly fight, let me put it like that.
Yes.
Now, these are wise people. Wise people.
That is why they are able. I have traveled almost all part of European country. I have almost finished traveling almost all. The European country looks the same. The same. Only Holland that is quite a little bit different because of this division of water that goes across the whole places. Can see the boat passing, and the boat. Only Holland is somehow different. And again, another area that is somehow different is Greece, also a little bit different. But depending on the area, I think I've been on the island of Crete. I've been there before. Then in Portugal, it's a different structure you have there. But generally, they have one particular structural something, building in a way. So they fortify their place. No part of European country, if you go to this place, if you are not very careful, you think you are in France. You never know. It is the same thing. So they are, even as much that they fight among themselves, but they still have one common interest in fighting any other person that will come to disturb them in general. Just look at what is happening in Ukraine now. Look at what is happening. They are all united to fight Russia. Even though Russia was the one that that defeated Germany originally.
Of course, you are right.
So under Stalin, defeated Germany. What the Allied force did was to, what do you call it? Deliver France and Italy. Italy and France. That is the only country. Then
Russia entered the Berlin before even the Allied forces. Do you know that?
And Berlin is the capital of all Germany. They took over 90% of the land of Germany, remaining only 10% or 20%, so to say. So a little part of it, Frankfurt, very little part of it is where the Allied force entered. So under Joseph Stalin, they were controlling over 80% of Germany. So you can see the type of force they have. This is the same people the Europeans are now gathering, and you can see there is religious hand there. Just go and watch very closely. You see there is religion playing another role there. So, but they have one common goal because they know they have committed series of atrocity across the world. Their hands are not clean. And if they allow certain force to come and defeat them, then they will be made to pay a very high price. That is why they are fighting tooth and nail to see if there is a way they can defeat Russia because of this Ukraine war. Because this Ukraine war is a well-organized plan, something beforehand. They just used Ukraine as a way of bargaining chips, because they have that intention that Russia must be defeated. But I think that may be the burial ground of these people if care is not taken, because the thing is now telling so much on their economy, but they don't care. After all, they have taken so much from other people of the world. So Mazi, Europeans are very clever set up. I have studied them very well. I move around every nook and corner. Go to France, go to Germany, go to Holland. Holland, I've been in Holland for over. Let me not just exaggerate. I've been in Holland for at least 60 times. 60 times. I've been in Holland for 60 times. 60 good times. So I know every nook and corner of Holland. So they are in one purpose trying to protect the loot. The loot.
They have taken from all over the world.
Yes, because they are afraid. This unipolar world, Russia and the BRICS are trying to introduce.
Multipolar world, yes.
Yes, unipolar. They don't just like it, because if that happened, the hunter may be hunted if care is not taken. And then
Mazi, can't we learn from Europe? Like what we have been saying before. We are politicians continue dividing us, even to clan, not even tribe. Ekwena ndị Igbere, ekwena ndị ihe ndị ahụ ndị Igbo ndị ọzọ na-abụlụ ndị Anambra ma ọrụkwa gị. I don't know how to speak it because very bad. And instead of us, in order to learn, that is one good thing IPOB is doing. One family. That once they continue dividing us into people. Look at Igbo land today, Mazi. When you call Igbo land, an ordinary person will say 5 eastern states, 5 southeastern states, Anambra, Enugu, Abia, Imo, just 5 states. They forgot. Look, this division is making other places to be abandoned, other Igbo areas to be forgotten, little by little. That is why I used to cry sometimes when I am alone and be looking, thinking about what is happening to us. If care is not taken, if not for IPOB in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, Igbo race will be divided. You will see even different states will come out and say we are no more Igbo. Maybe we'll be left alone with the other Anambra and Imo only. The 2 states. I'm telling you honestly.
The Anambra will not even accept Onyemo as a fellow Igbo man. I'm being honest with you. The Anambra will not even accept. Do you know what? I wanted to say something before. What happened at Nzam during the time of Peter Obi? There was this boundary clash between the people of Kogi. I think I've said it before in this particular platform. Maybe some people have forgotten. There was this clash about the boundary where the oil well fell in, where that oil was found. So the Kogi axis was trying to claim the ownership of that area. And so there was this boundary clash. And you know that the attack of Igala, whom I saw the day Igwe Nemeka Agbogidi was doing his ofala last year, I saw attack of Igala, who was there in that particular Onitsha ofala of ofala Kalbue, ofala Agbogidi. Now, this man went to Sokoto and asked for help for him to take over those areas of land where this oil was found. And then the Sultan of Sokoto gave him thousands of AK-47. He brought it down to that area and then handed it over to youths. And they slaughtered thousands of our Igbo brothers in that Nzam area. I'm not saying what I don't know. A boy slaughtered more than 1,000, according to him. He said he lost count how many people he killed. He was telling me directly, because I saw him as a young boy, a hustling young man who was hustling. He was saluting me every other thing. He said, "Oh, God." I said, "But there's a way you behave. You behave like somebody who is insane. Why do you behave that way?" He laughed at me. Another day, I saw him again. He greeted me. I called him again. He said, "There's a way you behave. You look good, but there's a way you behave like somebody. Are you truly okay?" He said, "Oga, he's just recovering. That he killed most of the Igbo within that boundary area and he lost count. So the blood of these people entered into his eye. He almost died. If he's walking in the street, he would just be seeing those people he killed until they took him to somewhere and did certain thing to him. Then asked him to leave that area. So he's living at Onitsha by now. I know this guy. He said he lost count. Our Igbo brothers living within Nzam area, the bordering town of Kogi State, was slaughtered in their number. I don't know if Peter Obi knows this thing. He may not know it because he doesn't care. After all, he's also a culprit in inviting military to come and kill. Ata of Igala brought in he told me that there is too much AK-47 at Igala as he's speaking to me. That every home you go, every young man has AK-47. What they do in the night time, they will go into those villages and continue shooting people. This is what is happening in that. And I don't know if the current governor can go and conduct investigation of this thing, because he must be hearing this thing I'm saying.
Mazi, who to conduct? Where they will order him from above, don't ever enter that, don't keep quiet, don't go that side. And he will do exactly. Mazi, if we don't run away from Nigeria, we will be destroyed completely as a people. I'm telling you.
We have wasted 5 million lives, and nobody is talking about them. Any day we want to say, okay, let us do some remembrance, they will call the army to come and kill people again on top of the one they killed before. They don't want us to remember them. They don't want to say anything about them. They remove history from school curriculum. They remove the map of Biafra from the map of the world. They did so many things to cover their sin. The more they cover this sin, the more the sin is killing them. Because this war Europeans are fighting today is part. Okay. The war the Europeans are fighting today is part of what they did to the Biafrans. They never know. They are wasting a lot of resources fighting in Ukraine. But they want to keep the issue of Biafra. They sweep it under the carpet so nobody remembers what happened. And then Nigeria government doesn't want us to talk about the 5 million people killed. And we remain like that. And our people go back to Lagos and Kaduna to continue to repeat the same mistake they made before. You go back to the place we have killed in thousands, and you go back there to continue building houses, opening big time businesses. And when the time comes for them to do sacrifice to God of their land, they will pick Igbo man and kill anyhow, and nothing will happen. And the religious people will say, "That paya kosi machi chuku, kosi which chuku, kosi machi onye." And we're asking our people, come back home and begin to develop your place. They say, no, you should not come back home. You should stay there. What is happening to us? On 30th of May, we have to remember those people that died during the Civil War. Because if we fail to remember them, many of us will die, and nobody will remember us. Many of us will die, nobody will remember us. We have to remember those people they killed. Because that is a great injustice for us not to remember them. Look at Rwanda.
Mazi, continue to finally, before I open the lines, because I'll do that. Finally, you know, in all this gloomy situation that we are in as a people, you know, when we talk about this, Mazi, do you know one funny thing? Some Igbo people will think that once they have built a house and they are living fine, you know, that they're okay. It's not that is not okay, no. What we mean, you know, this situation we are in as a people. Mazi, what do you think is the solution? Is IPOB doing the right thing? What, you know, I want you to also conclude using, you know, mentioning this. Please, Mazi, go on.
Okay. Well, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the savior of our time. It is very, very timely. You know, when Ojukwu was poisoned and he died, and they buried him with all the military honors and all the whole paraphernalia of military parade and every other thing, They laugh. They laugh because they have looked at Wazirike and see that one is a butterfly. Can't do anything. It's just a businessman. They say it's all over. And God told them, the God of our land, our ancestor told them, it is not yet over. Boom! Nnamdi Kanu come up. That fateful day, I was in my house in the evening, that Saturday, 2014, I heard his voice. I heard this voice. My mind told me, my spirit told me, all my body was awakening. I started dancing. I started dancing. I started dancing. I alone in the house. I started dancing. I said, oh, so God, you have remembered us. So God, you have remembered us. So God, you have. I know that voice I heard that very day will go a long way. We are getting Biafra. You see, why they use our idiot brothers to do the renditioning? Of course, you know that they committed Nigerian government to have committed extraordinary rendition. They made Nigerian government to commit an offense, an international offense, which Nigerian government eventually will be invoking it on them. Part of this thing that you see that is happening is part of the penalty they are paying. And they will pay more. They think Nigerian government is foolish or stupid. No, they are not stupid. They know what you did. It is not as if they don't know that extraordinary rendition is a crime. But our Igbo leaders, the so-called self-appointed, they know we needed 2023 election to succeed. This man will spoil everything for us. This is our time. Igbo presidency, Igbo presidency, Igbo president. Was Jonathan not an Igbo man? His name is Ebele Hazikiwe Jonathan. Is he not an Igbo man? Didn't he marry an Igbo woman? Why didn't you support him? Because he did not give Catholic Church a chairman of CAN. He gave it to another person. You now work against him. You remove him. Now all your hope is Igbo president. Who is this Igbo of a person? Who is this Igbo? Our brothers in Akwa Ibom are Igbo people. Because there are so many languages they speak, I know. That sounds like Igbo. Bayelsa, Edi Abale. Is it not a Esere Dokubo? His original name is Edi Abale.
Uzodimma
Edi Abale. He's an Igbo man. But because of the way and manner this our people, self-appointed politicians and leaders, behave themselves, they say, we cannot be acquainted with people like this. No. But we are getting freedom. We have sacrificed enough. We have sacrificed a lot. We can't go back. We are getting freedom. And freedom is very expensive to get. And we have already paid the price. I see no reason why we must be paying other price. When you lose 5 million people, and then you want to lose, and how many million people do you want to lose before you get this freedom? We lost 5 million, more than that. And we continue losing. And now you rendition the man that talks about freedom. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want to be president of Nigeria in the first place. Chinedu, if you are listening to me, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want to become president of Nigeria. Fulani leaders, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want to be president of Nigeria. Nigeria is your own. We are not interested in Nigeria. We want to have a nation of our own that used to be for so many 500,000 years ago. There has been a place called Biafra, a people called Biafra, a country called Biafra. We have been trading with Portuguese. We have been trading with England. We have been trading with every part of the world. They have been coming there and we trade with them. We don't want, Nnamdi Kanu is not calling for Nigeria to become president of, no. So those who want to become president of Nigeria from Igbo extraction are criminals. They want to disturb your Nigeria. Don't allow them. Let us be. Our little place, we can develop it. Take all the oil, take all this oil. We don't need oil to develop. If you know the pipe you can put, collect this oil, take it to your place, Yoruba, anywhere. Leave us alone. We want to stay on our own and govern ourselves. That is all we need. We don't want to disturb you. Those who want to go into election believing that they want to be president, these are criminals. If you're an Igbo man, you want to go into election, you want to become president of Nigeria, you are a criminal because you know you are not a Nigerian. They don't know you as a Nigerian. They know you as a Biafran. You are deceiving yourself and they know it. That is why no Igbo man will ever be president of that particular place because one, you have betrayed your own. You have betrayed your own people. You have even betrayed yourself. So how can they trust you? You will not betray them tomorrow. So in conclusion, what I'm saying is that we are not fighting to do anything with Nigeria. We have been a country of our own before Britain came. And Britain has successfully stolen so much from this Biafra land. And some of the part of the countries have successfully taken so much. Why don't you conclude your own taking and then leave us to stay on our own? We want to govern ourselves. That's all we want. Mazi, I think I will end it this way. Thank you.
Our veteran Mazi Zekulie. There is something you stressed anyway, that freedom is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Freedom is not served in a restaurant. You know, there is something that is deceiving our people. You know, that is still, we come back to religion. You know, in religion, in Christianity, they will tell you once you believe, you are free from bondage of Satan. It's very easy. Just believe. Oh, I believe. So people now think that, oh, it's the same thing, you know, we can get freedom by praying, by, you know, just begging, by, you know, ranting. No. Things have to be happening. That is the reality. Freedom is expensive. Blood must be there, must be shed. That is one thing we should understand. And we must continuously be consistently consistent. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been stressing about consistency because he said that is the weakness of an Igbo man. Once you Igbo man is divertible. You can divert an Igbo man as easy as 15 minutes. He start talking another thing. He start looking for gossip. Na ka ebe ọnụ nọzi na onye isi onye ndị ọnọkwa ọnụzi na ihe a ka ihe ọnụ na-emezi na beg, he start listening to gossip. That is the problem we have. But IPOB you know, ali we continue. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter when you think that everything, no more talking about Biafra. How many times Nigeria government is said that they have destroyed IPOB, that no more. But here we are waxing stronger and stronger. This is where we are going to stop. I'm going to go into a few minutes break because there is another. I will play this clip anyway on the break so that just talk a few seconds about it. I don't know, Mazi Zekulie, you can listen to it, but we will be on break, please, so that when I come back we shall open the lines. Please do not go away. We shall be right back. Don't go away.
Sisters in this old Imo forum.
What is happening to this video? Sometimes very, very funny. I want to play something, but it's giving me
Muhammadu Buhari's decision to retire.
No, this is not what I want to play. He started after something happened. I don't know. Impossible to play this. Why? Let me play it in another system to see. Let me play it in another system. Please bear with me, just few seconds. I will. Okay.
ekene m onye kwukere onye ntasị na ọ ga-adịrị anyị na mma n'aha Chukwu oke abịa ma onye pụrụ ime ihe niile. Biko picture sendere ebe a picture afọ onye a bụ Philip, onye a bụ onye olu Ineziagụ, onye a ejego mbefa nyanwa dogoba anyị amụrụ m ahịa n'aka ya na trade fair mgbe na Nigeria si no let me engage myself in one business or the other. Onye a na-ere trade fair, onye a na-ere cosmetics na trade fair na Imo Plaza na trade fair. Somebody na-erijuru onwe ya afọ n'azụ family ya. Ọkwa ya bụ onye asị na ọ bara ọkada na Bulado side satellite town. Gba ọkada onye Hausa bụ ya na ọkada na-anya rubbish ọkụọ ya aka n'azụ. Nwoke m, do you want to kill me? Why are you driving like this? Onye Hausa ekwuru okwu ruo ebe ndị ibe ya nọ ndị ọkada ndị ọzọ otibe amụ ya onye anarụgbu ya amụ ya akụge this guy ma osisi akụnyesịrị ntu ma shovel m ihe ya ka eji kụgide agizogide akụtuo ya. Ana m anụ na ọmụgwọ now this morning na-ekwu ekwu na aka. Then my sister be that side send her on this picture. Onye ọbụla ma satellite and ma brother the other side. Then no Monday one man be no opposite side fa. Chief akwa yiforo eyifo n'iru yard ha ebe ha na awụsa na dustbin akwa oyoyi or like ọzọ wufuo ya there. Onye Hausa, all these scavengers ndị Hausa jechere akwa like ya yiri akwa nọrọ ebe atibe amụ ya anara ya amụ ya otu aka esi ma ndị Yoruba mụ ihe niile zukọ ozugbo kụba the man kụgbuo. Nke a bụ nke atọ this week na-eme that area. Na say what happened was na this is conspiracy between Hausa and Yoruba. Na a ga-emegide ndị Igbo ihe ha agba ọsọ na Lagos. Ọkwa ndị Igbo dị against them na Lagos. In proxy ime ebogo of allegation kụgbuo kutuo. Then ndị Igbo niile nọ dị a ebe akụtu Philip as nọ na ihe shops ndị Igbo nọ dị a ndị Igbo ekwuru ekwu ndị akara aka. Iwe na-ajụ onye mere ndị Igbo this thing. Ịma anyị na-ekwu ya some people anaghịzi unu Biafra unu apụọ. This o kwesị ọsọ onye iberibe ma ọ bụ onye ma na like ya ọ na-etinye isi ebe a like ya. Only onye iberibe bụ onye ma na you hate me ọ na-afanye isi ebe hate ya. Na ihe a na-eme ndị Igbo emere na akụgbuo. Then other ndị Igbo no there we say nothing do nothing. I were chọba onye mere ndị Igbo this thing. Kedu who swear for Igbos? In Lagos, ndị Igbo bụ the dominant number of people being an.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 10th day of May 2023. Tata Bobo Chafo. Before our lines are now opened, but before I take calls, ihe niile a na-ajụ onye mere ndị Igbo ihe a onye mere ndị nọ n'isi before, but now I wuruzie I wuruzie ndị nọ even azụ erutezie ya aka. Onye mere ndị onye ajụga onye mere ndị Igbo ihe a biko ịhụta that ihe awụ anyị amahụ politics. Oh yeah, the most important thing ndị Igbo amara ihe gbasara politics. I had the wise politically. Oh yeah, ihe mere ndị Igbo ihe. Our line, direct line as usual is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142547. You can listen also via Facebook on Radio Biafra House Service or IPOB Rapture Media, the Biafra Digest, many hosts of them. You can listen to my voice live as it's going on. IPOB Community Radio. And do not forget also that we are still on this worldwide awareness telephone call and Twitter campaign. It's a form of protest. Please, have you made the call? It is a continuous process. We must continue protesting. That is a protest. Therefore, we must continue. Our line, as I said, is open. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? You are the first caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu.
There we go.
I greet you, Chinedu. I still remain Mazi Milimalugo. I'm calling from United Arab Emirates. Our veteran, I greet you, Mazi Ezekunia. You are a living library for we Biafras. Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, sometimes after listening to the program of today between you and our veteran, I now see not come myself can we have no need if it as far as possible can we have no need because if I don't remember I'm ashamed to be an Igbo man, to be honest with you people. If I don't remember because our enemy will be hearing all this and they will be laughing to us because 70% of the Bible are Burunzus. 70% of our people are gullible and moronic in nature. As you was saying about Pope John Paul and the present Pope now went to some places in Europe to apologize for them, and they never apologized to what they have done to we Biafrans. How can you expect them to come and apologize for us? We that they have done that very thing to, do we know ourselves? We that they have done that evil to, they are trying to defend people that came to our land and kill our ancestors, and they take some to slavery, use little children to feed crocodiles. They shed a lot of the blood of our people to force this religion into us. And many of our people are defending it today. Even many of them have openly said that this religion is fake. But our people still defending it. Do you know how many millions that are going to Rome on a daily basis from our land? Do you know how many millions that are going to England on daily basis from our land? Do you know how many millions that are going to Yoruba pastors? But none of our people find it very important to support his own freedom with his money or her money. None of them. But if Fulani kill them, they will start to shout, where are EPOB? Where is the ESN? Is it the ESN that you are supporting, or the ESN that you are not supporting? The ESN that you support, the money that you supposed to support, the ESN that is secure your land, you are giving it to Rome and to England and to Yoruba pastors. To be honest with you, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, our people are tough. Sometimes I ask myself, I pity Mazi Nnamdi and the great IPOB to come to deliver animals in a human form animals in a human form. People that didn't know themselves. People that hate those who came to save them. Look at what is going on in our land with them and the Mazi Ezekejofo. Look at Ezekejofo is trying to deliver them from that mess. But now Ezekejofo is their enemy. And you think people like this need to be saved? In my next life, I don't want to be a black man place again. Chukwu Abiyama, who created this earth? Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, I'm ashamed to be an Igbo man.
We should never regret. We should never regret. Let me say this also. Remember, when you see Europe that is being built today, it's a process. When you see Japan that is today, they passed through a process or through different processes to arrive where they are today. That is the same process we are passing today, for your information. So it is not something that that's it. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Caller on direct line. Oh my goodness. Caller on direct line. Can you caller on direct line? When you call caller on direct line, please can you hear me? Welcome to the program. No. He called, he was listening to his device, and he keep on calling. Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Caller on direct line, please. Turn off your listening device and talk to me through the telephone, please. My goodness me. I'm hearing you, but to turn off your listening device or move away from there. Oh my! Anytime you call, please, you don't need to be told. Okay, go on, please. Go on, please. Go on.
Are you ready? Watching the dynamic what we are hearing in this Radio Biafra today has opened our eyes. And I'm telling you, I am speaking from Benue State. From Benue State, precisely, I will not call the place because
of course.
The problem on you, and when Kedi Rebi, he spent every and at this high platform now, Kuzia in the they can never now fuel, but I am not worried because I know what I'm getting from you people. Especially this our great father that is speaking every day. In fact, God will bless him. Nothing will do to him. All of you that is championing this Biafra restoration, I am praying for you every day in the morning with my family here. And let me tell you, sir, don't go back no matter whatever people are saying, whatever they are doing. Even in the line where I'm selling, I am telling you what we are seeing our people doing. In fact, it's not something that I pray. In fact, there's no way. If I didn't mean that everybody is listening to this radio, I am telling you to actualize this struggle. I mean, this Biafra something will not take us more than one year. The people feel relaxed when they chop bomber, chop this. They don't know what is going on. So that is my problem. Well, I will not take our time, but I pray that God will give you people more power. And the leader that they are holding there, I know, by special grace of Chukwu Abiyama, they will release him unconditionally. That is our prayer. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There were. Caller on direct line, please. Callers waiting on WhatsApp and Signal, please. Do not be annoyed. Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Caller on direct line, can you hear me? Please go on. Ndewo. Ya de Koragina.
Yeah, who's Mazi? My name is Irimen Chika from Ubingwaba. I'm calling from the Republic of Mazi, Cotonou, precisely. Mazi, our father, our veteran, I salute you, sir. It's not easy. Mazi, you see what our father just said now? It's just, I concur 100%. The better problem we have that we Igbos, we don't understand what is politics. We don't know anything about politics at all. That is why the politicians, Britain introduced this divide and rule tactics and the crimes and the ethnic jingoism. The politicians in Nigeria adopted it. We, our people, the politicians in our land, they carry it for their head. That is why whenever they come to in terms of a campaign election, they will playing that card. Clan on the back. So Ludo, that statement, in relation to Anambra, it made one another law one day, state also one day make us here, Anambra, so law one day was, and Anambra, like how I did the law in the Basata, only about a good way and a good way Anambra. There is something I did women. By the day, going to the Lobogo, Biafra land. So, what's the question? A boy, I will be Chinedu, Abuqua and Igbo. All for the same thing, Bugare, Adagama, if Bugare is not good for you, that is Bugare, his Stokobari is good for him and his Igbo people. Now, they are separate people. So, other Igbos can go to her. If they want to let them switch other Igbos, Igbo is another separate entity. They are not Igbo. So those politicians are the ones playing this clan sentiment in our land, pushing it, and the religious leaders are supporting them. That is why you see them making all these statements that divide and rule tactics, and this thing has been established in our land, and that is why now we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do in the burden of our people, because the politicians are using all these statements to rally our people around to separate them from the reality. Is it the problem we are having? If not our leader, is it that our Igbo people in Kogi and Benin, they have lost forever because all these politicians, as they are dividing our land in the name of politics, what they'll go and get. Don't think that our people in those areas have become northerners forever and ever. They have lost because they never even rounding up the whole our land, the purpose of looking for their borders elsewhere. You see, that is why we don't have four fronts to fight except IPOP or Hamadike. That is why we don't have four fronts. People that don't know politics have to rally themselves up to fight one particular cause. Why do that? Why nobody says it's a great problem? It's a great problem because we don't know politics. Because the politics is all about the book crazy. The book crazy. We are 1 year. Politics. When petitions and the religious leaders in the because Hana used petitions in the religious leaders now fight it, then everything possible. Vote had that to church in Yehego because the church now control the population. So how do you do that? So now to continue to pray for the government that can help to open the matter. Why? Who's the then I count it. Achievement again. So how many things that like any lamp being a fast and I guess of the law, the spirit of Hana, now get is of their problem where the problem lies the policy of the government, which is human being. When the type is not using the type is now, get the what now can do because only can you one or can do any money. Even in Nigeria, if you come to Nigeria, that particular zoo called Nigeria, the North and the West is in alliance together to fight the common Igbo and to fight the Biafrans. But the way the Biafrans that are fighting, the North and the West are fighting in some of alliance, they are together. North and the West, they are in alliance together to fight our common good because of the wars we have in our land. You see? Now, the Igbos themselves, the Biafrans, are forcing themselves to belong where they are not allowed. They never knew that they are slaves in Nigeria. They are forcing themselves to claim in Nigeria where you are not belong to. And they are killing you, showing you everything, every sort of discrimination, tribalism, everything, the whole card, they are playing it together. But you see, the Igbo man is forcing himself to play in Nigeria. It's pretending as if he's not there. And those, the people that are fighting you know very well that you are not accepted. They know who you are, but you are trying to force yourself to belong. This is the problem, because we don't know politics. If we know politics, we could have turned around and start looking for our own. Because when I say, Lebea or the Hojo, when you talk here, I'm going to Hojo, but in the Bani, I'm not politics. Hana reach it. Hana reach it. Oh, yeah, minute. After the war, everything about the Lagos, Bano transfer, who wouldn't manage it. But I think I have a chance because you have a work at the view and I have a hilla, Kahaka Tonosi, they have game, or for her after all, now you bring the Lagos and I begin it. Let us continue. Man, and Mila, and American remember Juku, so that the West is even as the good one Nigerian man, but today who is suffering it? Are we not the one now suffering? Because in the Mukatarana, in the Mukatarahawa, Mukatarani. In the Buaniwa, I know I'm not said now, not on a Zuna. I will not buy myself for Cardinal Chequatarahawan in the zoo. I know about your band, Chequatarahawan in the zoo. I was living in Lagos. I know what you are talking. What I was talking through when I was in Lagos State. Never knew one day. I have 100% live. I remember anyhow there. But how people may be because of the annual politics.
There, Mazi, please summarize.
People become another sabotage what Nankali is doing. And today, what is happening? I say, let Fulani, the alliance they are together with the West, let them continue hold their power and rule their country, because the Nigeria that the people is trying, and people are trying to force themselves, does not belong to us. It is high time they will start to support and start looking for our own. Because all of them are actually Mazi.
Ndewo.
Nigeria, good night. I see the mention of moving Baba.
Callers, caller on WhatsApp, you have been there. Many calls are coming in, honestly. Many myriads. Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for being there for, let me see, for 11 minutes plus. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you, not only me.
In there, Professor Jonathan, one name okay, one name Biafra, Obala Biafra. There, man, Galo, one name okay. Now with them, Master Igbo, it's over Igbo, Macanaran, or you buy one story about so I.
Now, son, now
you the veteran, there's the Pune. Udo deri ogorogondo na hushike kam na ekpenishi e ga dị n'uwe for Biafra. Ana mekene ụmụ Biafra niile ndị na-azọ anyị nwere onwe anyị. Kene onye isi anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, onye nzọpụta Biafra Chineke wepụtara ka ọ zọpụta anyị. Amamihe unu na-enye anyị, ihe unu na-enye anyị, ụkpụrụ unu na-emepe anyị ọka nke ọdụ too much. Without Radio Biafra, we are dormant, we are doormat, more than worse than doormat. Before marry in Nigeria, I want to know who ewu kambo. Man, I'm the kind of Biafra over me paying in Aya. Ego Biafra will be a Zwani from university. Him nam the kind of make or a new woman. Umu Biafra is unimaginable. I'm the kind of revive running from the pit of hell. From the pit of hell, if I could go right forever, they still lying forever. Chineke Purimi Hen in the school Kabia, where the only time snack and damn the kind of side begin. I hear you. I was a Siano Wanine. Ndedi Beribe Kandi Wafunu from Nobodo, South Africa. Sorry, it is from Kwafam. Alphamobu, Ebo Chukwimeke. Or Buddha Emeka, Ebo Chukwimeke. I'm from South Africa. Nico, neighbor from South Africa. And I'm speaking with many of our people. anyị ju na street na-akpọkụ ka ewu many of them enweghị knowledge about Biafra. Onye nke meeting say na-ekwekwere Biafra sị ka ndị Biafra eme ndekete ndụ anya ebe ma ụmụ nwaanyị ndị na-ere mama put na street ụfọdụ ọbara a na-ekwugide Biafra sị ọkwa Naijiria na IPOB anaghị emepe ya menu ndị ụmụ nwoke ụfọdụ na a na-ekwusị onye isi Nnamdi Kanu ọ na-akpọ na-ebure washun na-asụ na Buhari anwụgo na Buhari ka nwụọkwa. Onye nke ọzọ nọ imagine one of them nọ yesterday yesterday enwe onye Yoruba nwụrụ mmanya deba nwụrụ mmanya enwe ebe ọ nọ wee na-aba mba na-aba ọ dị ka eruke aịdana nwere ego o ji na asọmpi ya na ndị otu ya na-ama njakịrị wute mmanya na-aba mba. Onye nke be anyị wee bine kwuru ya n'iru weta aka ka o kwenye n'aka obi onye bụ Yoruba bụkwa anya mmanya mara ofu onye be anyị anya dị onye ozugbo obi ndị na-enye anyị n'ihu neketi anyị n'ihu oche who are you get out from my face. Nke be anyị na-achị ọchị na-enye ya aka ite who are you I fucking know you get out from my place. Neketi onye nke be anyị anya ọ sị na ebe ya nọ ya neketi anya shake donu ụlọ bụ apịma ndị be anyị bụ the most anyị dị ignorant anyị dị politically anyị ọkụba anyị kanọ n'ime ọhịa for 5,000 years back anyị kanọ n'ime ọhịa anyị nweghị ihe anyị matụgbụ ụgbọrọ anyị zero mkpụrụ ndị Igbo very easy to deceive and then nwere ihe ọzọ m chọ ka anyị rịọ biko enwere maazị Nnamdi Kanu gwa so ofu Chukwu ka anyị ji anụ agha na chi ka anyị ji nụọ ọgụ under Ojukwu bụ the first one. Ofu Chineke ka anyị ji anụ agha ofu Chukwu anyị ga-anakwa ga-eji wee na-anụ agha as long as for Biafra collectively but individually ihe ọ bụla sọrọ ikpọkwuo ikpechere onwe ikpe na be ikpọkwuo ọkọrọ freedom onye ọbụla ị ga-arụfu na-worship ihe ọbụla ị chọrọ but collectively as a nation collectively as a people so ofu chi anyị ji anụ agha bụ ikpeche ekpere na redio Biafra uche na a na-eme ya steeti na uche na Chineke bụ Chukwu okike abịam ebe ọ bụla nọ na IPOB ụwa niile ito okpekpe for IPOB for Biafra Chukwu okike abịam ma no other name ihe bụ Nnamdi Kanu 44 na ka ndị anyị na-amụkwara every coordinator all over the world ọ bụrụ ga dị possible and my suggest ime ya announce maka ndị anyị na-ekwu 1 anụ 5 ka ọ na-abịa everybody na n'uche n'ofu Chukwu ka anyị ji anụ ọgụ Chukwu okike abịam a na-asụ udo dịrị unu niile jisike Jonathan Chineke ga-agba ya ume gbaa onye okpuru ume eze kwuru ga gba unu ume mmeri bụ nke anyị Chineke oke abịa na-esili kokọma ndị iro ndị Igbo esoche ndị Igbo lere Nnamdi Kanu osili gị ha kwuchi ha ka okwuchigo ha achọghị ka nkwu okwu a anyị nwa ama m ihe njem njemeke otige n'ime konkriti ugbu a ọ wụchiri ha niile konkriti wee woli ihe dịka kandụl na silikon wee wee ọdụka ọkụ stil enye stilu na ha ga-manifest again in their next world they will never manifest again. Ihe a bụ ihe na-emenụ na Chineke nara ekene onye isi anyị ga-apụta udo duru unu niile victory ahead udo duru unu ngwa Godin thank you so much.
Ndewo nwa Chineke dịkwara gị we must continue. Caller on signal Mazi Akas, can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Mazi Akas.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. I can hear you loud and clear.
There were.
Okay, Mazi Jonathan, thank you so much. May Chukwu Kadema bless you. And also, I want to use this medium also to Mazi Ezekwuni, our veteran, for the good work, educate Biafrans from what we're supposed to know in what happens to us. Mazi, we must continue to do what we are doing because the enemy that came to destroy us, people must said no, that we must send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a Messiah to liberate us from this quagmire that we find ourselves. Before I proceed to say what I want to say, Mazi Jonathan, I would like to introduce myself to Biafra. My name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria and I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as IPOB Austria National PRO. Mazi, when we are saying this, many people who don't know really the importance of this freedom we are fighting for, they will be talking rubbish. The one that pains me most is the same our brother and sisters who crossed through Mediterranean Sea. Most of them wanted to die in that great sea, but God saved them. They knew what they passed through. Even if you come, you fly with a plane to land here in Europe. It doesn't matter how you escape that God doing the whole Nigeria. Just ask yourself, when you left Nigeria and today, which one is more better? That place is a place. Any new day that comes, it becomes more hostile. It becomes more deadly. And people I can't understand. And some people that are still here in this Western world who have shown how these people have developed their places that makes light 24 hours electricity, that some people have been born here till the day they die. They have never seen a blink, just 1 second of electricity just blinks off. When you tell them, come, let's fight our people so that we can build our home to be like this Western world, they will tell you they still love like this zoological country called Nigeria. And you begin to wonder which type of idiocy has been in the brain of our people. I was asking one, when you were shouting obituary, please, now, how far of you be when is he going to become the president? He was nothing. I tell you, I'm still asking you a question. Your obituary is not going to be the president again, and they are still in court. I look the fool, I tell you, your foolishness will destroy you and destroy you until maybe when you be rotting in your grave. Nigeria is not meant for you. They have told you people, they hate you. They ask you to go back where you come from. Igbo. They have told you to go back where you come from, and you are still putting yourself in a country where they dislike you, they hate you. Mazi, is it not the same this guy, this just politicians that are gathering themselves, they say they want to be the Senate, so-called Senate president. Now they have served the zoo and the zoo have abandoned them. Is it not all Jews of Igbo and so all of them gathered together to betray their own people, went together to kidnap their own brother because of presidency? And rendition him back to the zoo. They offered their own private jets to fly their own brother back to the zoo. Today, President, they didn't get it. Senate President, they didn't get it. Even as we are still saying this thing, some of them are still believing that Nigeria, these people are evil men and women that need to be destroyed. Believe me, these are the people that will go to collect allocation from their constituency, and they will pocket it. They will use it to develop their villages. And then every 4 years, they will come and buy tomato to come and vote for them again. You see this IPOB. You see this those that believe in this teaching of Martin Nano. Our brain has been opened, and there is nothing anybody will do to change the ideology of positive Biafra. No human being born on earth. This is why Martin Nano told the whole world, you cannot destroy IPOB. We must continue to fight until we liberate ourselves from this catastrophe that all of us have found ourselves. We can't continue to live in a country whereby if there is anything that we use us as a sacrificial lamb. If they like, let them go back home. Ojuku have told them, they will come back home. Mazi have told them, come back home.
I see Obi have been shouting in this area Biafra. They should go back up. Every day open the Hebrew, let him die and go and meet the other people. And if he come back beyond the world, help warrior for second time. Because nobody here. The more their brother trying to go, you can't let him come out and go and be private that the same land you want to abandon. Our people should have him here, let him here. Mazi has to be a government people. They will realize that Nigeria is not meant for them. Mazi. When they are buying the now we want to save the life of our people. They don't know that what we are passing through. They are killing IPOB members, killing us every day, shooting at us. We are dying because of what we believe in. And some of our brothers do not realize we are suffering. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is suffering in jail because of Igbo and Biafra. Mazi, I don't window.
There was.
God can have mercy upon us.
There were.
Mazi, thank you. Thank you, Mazi.
There were. We must continue. Mazi Aizayoba, a member of the DOS. Mazi, can you hear me? I don't know whether. Mazi Aizayoba, I know him neko. Mazi Aizayoba, can you unmute yourself? I don't know. Then let me go through. Let you be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Master Jonathan. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I also agree with you. My name is Robin Nanedolis. I'm calling from Biafra land. Please, Master Jonathan, there's a question I want to ask you. In your last broadcast, there's a Bible quotation that you used the day you made that last broadcast.
Daniel, the book of Daniel 11:32.
32 what? 32 verse what?
11, chapter 11, verse 32.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Again, okay, one of our brothers that brought also book of 2 Samuel, chapter 3, verse 27. I have them in my memory. Second Samuel, chapter 3, verse 27, where the king of Moab offered his son, who is a prince, as a burnt offering during a war with Israel, and immediately he did that to sacrifice. He sacrificed his son. The Israelis ran away. They were under disarray. You understand? And they defeated them. So that's it. Go and read them. Daniel said,
thank you so much.
He said, those that know their God, those that recognize, know their God, shall be powerful and do exploits. Know their God.
Okay.
That's it. Go on, please.
Thank you. That's all I want to know. Sorry, sir. I just want to know the quotation. Thank you so much.
There we go.
Good night, sir.
Let me bring in Mazi Aizayoba. I don't know what happened. Let me see. Let me bring him to conclude this program. Mazi Aizayoba. Mazi Aizayoba. The whole world is hearing you. Please go on. You'll be there to conclude for us. Please go on.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And good evening, dear friends. And Good evening to our listeners this evening. Thank you, Mazi Jonathan, for your job well done. Good evening, our dear veteran Mazi Ekunie. Even his name says it all. You know, his name says it all. He stood up when we needed him most, and the kind of knowledge that he's bringing to this movement this time around that we needed it is very, very important, and a lot of things he has reviewed, and I believe he has much more to also give to our people in future. I don't know the kind of memory, retentive memory our veteran has. There are some certain things he says which I thought that from area that I come from, I didn't know that he touched some of those information in that area. And also the one that shocked me, he also mentioned about Amanako Power Station. I thought that it was only me that knows about that history of Amanako Power Station, built by Desamba. There's a lot of things that he did not even say. Desamba also pipe bomb water across the whole entire will I call it old Imo State, which is both including Abia State. When Abia was also under Imo State, there was a pipe bomb water, clear pipe bomb water. Mazi Jonathan, I believe you guys had it in your area at the time. So these are the things Desambakwe did, and today none of those pipe bomb water. There's no more water board in Imo State. Do you know that? We don't have any more water board in Imo State. So everything now is
collapsed. Everything collapsed.
Exactly. But having said that, let me of course greet our leader Mazi Nnamdi, and of course we are waiting patiently. There is something that the information I want to give to the useless Nigerian government. Some of us, the reason why some of us cannot even contemplate to back down now, even if we conceive to do that, it will not happen now that they are holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally, because the more they hold him there, the more even they make us more determined, and also they aggravate us more to fight on. So holding him there have made us even more relentless in what we are doing. So they should know that for their own interest, as soon as they leave Onyendu and negotiate with him, they're better for them and also for us, because we are not going to back down. We are not going to participate in this Biafra restoration quest. We are standing shoulder to shoulder with him, both in physical, in spirit, and also in thought. We are not going to give an inch. Biafra must be restored. Anybody doubting that, that means probably some of them don't know what they're doing. For now, before I joined Biafra struggle, I have, the issue about Biafra has been revealed to me long time when I don't even know much about it. Despite that my father was in the Biafran war, he told me a little bit. He also said it when he was alive, that Biafra, no matter how long it takes, he says that Biafra will be restored. I don't know why he was saying that at the time, due to maybe what they encountered during the Biafran war, the way the war was ended, how our Ikemba deceived him. Those pictures of our veteran is talking about, seeing a Reverend Father, what's his name, this man in Vatican. Yes, those pictures, I have it. You know that we met the Irish journalist that actually allowed us to have access to those documents. I have them. I have those real pictures, the real pictures that was taken during the discussion, and when this arranged the sabotage this Biafra restoration. We have the real pictures. I have it myself. The documents, I do have it. So what he was saying, everything our veteran is saying here is the truth, nothing but the truth. He is spot on the history that is dishing out to our people. Anybody is not listening to Radio Biafra and what we are doing here, that means that person will still remain among those who are arguing on the social media, don't know what we are doing. Just in a little bit summary, not to take too much time. I don't know this about David Umahi that most of he mentioned here, some of you mentioned as well. I don't know if you have seen the video recently where David Umahi said that he's stepping aside for this guy of Akwa Ibom. What's his name? Akpabio. Yeah, you know, so he's stepping aside. Now, the same thing he did on, presidency. Now, the question some of us, we are asking this, our Igbo wicked politicians. You know, we told them 2015 that this thing is not going to work. The election is not going to work. Onyendu also, his broadcast about 2023 election that Tinubu has been selected to be the president. It's something that the West and the British and the Fulanis agreed on, that Tinubu will take over. And he broadcast that broadcast was done on 2015, which I keep saying to the obedient today, if they have listened to IPOB, not seeing us as miscreants, they would have also, prepared themselves by now to counter this, predicament they found themselves. We have been saying it all this while, but they didn't. They thought that we are Aboraza. They call Onyendu a fraudster, 419, this, that. He told them this 2015, and look at 8 years later, everything just come to friction. So this is some 100% accuracy in prophecy. Onyendu has it. And today, 2019, we came back again. We told them that this is what is going to happen. We warned them. We told them. They said, "Oh, we are putting restriction on election, and we should do that." Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is causing problem. He's hitting all the politics. Overnight, the suspension that we put on election, will I say, was lifted. The boycott of the election was lifted, and the same thing happened. Now, 2023, we want them again. This is what is going to happen. It'll be, we win it. But my concern in all these things, I am still here to, I don't want to say something here that will, that will go, I said confusion. Yes. I don't know whether our brother Peter B was, he knows that he's not going to get there, because knowing the history of the P10 and how they use him and how they are playing him now is something that he himself can only be the one to answer us, because the same thing the veteran was saying here, Ezekunia was saying, Igbo youth, we are being slaughtered by the Nigerian police. But one single Awusam woman that was killed in the north, he sent the condolence message to the northerners. So we don't even know whether him coming in, whether he's gonna regard Igbo race, where he come from. And I was wondering whether he's still the person. Is Igbo race or Biafrans, if you like, among Nigerians, that this man is going to be their president? Because he never talked about the killings of youth by the Nigerian military. While he was campaigning, youth were being murdered. So these things are the things. Now, some of us, the same thing we are saying about this Ojos Okano came out, or Southeast senators came out, and all these people catching Nnamdi Kanu, Gidia, in 2023. Now, everything has done on them. The same David Umahi, who now said that he's stepping aside. You kill, so all these Igbo youth David Umahi killed in Ebonyi State for presidency, and now you talk about them the Senate president. That one have now. So all these killings of Igbo youth, you form a Dubago to decimate Igbo land, to destroy Igbo land completely, kill youth at will. All these things he has done, all these things, will I say, Igbo politicians did, and the renditioning on Yendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu handing it over to Fulani for Igbo president. Now, what is that come now? This is the question that we are putting to. We want our people to ask these people, whoever that is close to them, all this massacring, all this kidnapping, Dr. Akunyele was massacred, killed by these politicians. Imo State today, Rogers and all of them destroying youths. All these things they did for 2023 president. What did we get now? Mazi, let me just leave it here. I think I came in almost when you finished. I wanted to say a lot of things, but let me just leave it here. Thank you very much. Keep on the good work. And our veteran, Mechukwu Kikabiama, that kept you up until this very moment, protect you. And our leader will be proud, to see how far we have come. This rule of this game of dividing and rule. Do you know, Mazi Jonathan? Do you know some members, some officers here, some former officers? We are saying to people that the reason why they were asked to, they were playing the same thing in our meeting.
Of course, the same thing.
They were saying it
from this state, from this state.
Spreading the news that particular people were selected just because they are not from this state. Somebody who has been in IPOB, they are saying this. Mazi, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me just leave.
That's why I say, Biafra, Bidosians are trying the final cleansing. I'm telling you honestly, because our brains have been damaged. Our people believe that in politics, in order to make your point for your selfish interests, you can destroy everybody. Just destroy it does the same way Nigeria election or Nigeria campaigns remain. They talk anything, everything is involved or should be involved, but that's what they think, in our the brains of our people, even in IPOB. Many people that has not been sanitized. That's why they can play any card. It doesn't matter to them. They talk anything. Or clanismo, this and that. All this is what we are destroying systematically. Look at what they are doing us in Lagos. Today now, people, Yoruba people and Hausa people will gather. Before you say Jack, Akotogoya or Nwo, Igbo people will be there watching. He's not your direct brother. It didn't concern you. Tomorrow they will Akotogoya, others will be watching. Very, very useless character. I'm trying to bring Mazi, our veteran. I don't know. But we must continue. I will proceed towards ending the program, honestly. But I wanted him to come in order to make his closing remark. Although we should understand that he is a veteran. He is a grandfather, honestly. Only the force Chukwu Kabiama gave him for this time around. That is what I believe. For this time around, to contribute his quota. Mazi, yes. Mazi Ezekuli, I think. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
sorry for. Yes. Please, you continue. You see, Okwe huru ihe na-eme na Lagos today. Ihe played. Amado mmeno ya.
I know me.
Akọ na onye Igbo. And before you can say Jack, -1. Ndị Igbo n'ọkwa na watch na-ele ka oluku. Mazi, please make your closing remark. Ịchọ sọ Igbo nke ọ na ịchọrọ ịsọ, make your closing remark. Gwa ndị be anyị okwu in your closing remark biko. Ndewo.
Let me continue with the English. Next time, I will prepare myself for Igbo language.
Of course.
Completely.
Of course.
Fellow Biafrans, God bless every one of us that have listened this night. Very important. We listen to Radio Biafra. Mazi and Kanu have done one of the biggest things to us by giving us this radio, where we can air our views, where we can learn, where we can speak to ourselves, and then be able to know whom we are. To be honest, I remain grateful to that man, Mazi Kanu. In fact, he reawakening me. Personally, he did wonders in my life. I used to be a wise man. I used to be very clever human being from my childhood. But when I listened to Mazi Kanu, I have another reawakening. Knowledge was added to me again. Today, I can be walking on the street as a proud man, a proud Biafra. We should not be afraid of Britain and Nigeria, mainly Britain. Britain is trying to fight for their own survival. Don't mind. They are trying to fight for their own survival because they have come a long way. You know, one empire comes, that empire goes, another one comes. There will be a time, maybe next 50 years or 100 years to come, there will be nothing like a British Empire again. I think this son of his, this one that was made king last time, may be the last king of England. Go and write it down. And they will not more be again. Another one will rise again. Who knows? Because the scripture says, for Almighty God ruleth in the kingdom of men. So, God is in control. We will get Biafra. Definitely. We will not sacrifice 6 million lives for nothing without getting something. No, it's not possible. We are getting our independence. Biafra will emerge eventually, no matter whatever thing they may do. The main point here is that we have to remain strong and resolute, unshakable. We have to remain strong, resolute, and unshakable, without wavering, because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Tomorrow you hear about the obedience. You jump in there. You say, Obi will give you Biafra. Who is Obi? Who knows him? Where is he coming from? Not a London boy. He's there for his own pocket. After all, he has an offshore account. What do you call it? Either in the Amazon area where they bank their money. I don't know why he's keeping those money there.
That's where they hide their money. Cancun.
That's why they hide their money. You hide your money at the backyard of your enemy. Who created that banking area? It is the same Europe that created it. And you hide it there. Before they were hiding in Swiss bank. Now they went and created another one called offshore account. And they went and hide it. Foolish people. Foolish Igbo. And I say, yeah. Next time I would tell Biafran what happened to us during the time he was governor, when he came out in radio and television to talk about share, bank share. We will discuss about that one next time. And you see how He finished Igbo people by dragging us into that very scam called bank share. Fellow Biafrans, may Elohim bless every one of us. Chukwu Kabiam, our creator, may he bless every one of us that have listened this night. Biafra will eventually emerge because we owe it. We owe nobody anything. Our freedom is what we want. We want our freedom. We don't want to remain in Nigeria because Nigeria is a curse. Nigeria is a curse. When you go to Lampedusa, a place called Lampedusa in Italy, you will see millions and millions of Zaina, this bag they carry in the back, where the Europeans display it to show their children, their future children, how Africans were running away coming to Europe, how they died.
Of course, in the sea. Yes.
Yeah. They opened a place like a museum in Lampedusa. And you see millions and millions of bags of people that died in the sea after they invaded Libya. So it's a thing of shame. Biafra land is heaven on earth. I have been almost all part of Biafra land. And each time I go to any area, I will say, wow, what a wonderful place. You go to Suka, the same thing. You go to even a Za local government, Igbo, Onumiri. You go there, you see a very beautiful landscape. You go to Uguta, you go to Akwa Ibom, you go to Calabar, you go to anywhere, Port Harcourt.
Enugu.
Yeah. Enugu. My God. You go to Otuocha area. Within area Melon. From road you lead to that leads to Nsuka. I've been in all this area. I take time to travel all this area with my car. I don't know. I'm a good traveler. Ajala. That is why I'm telling you, dear friends. We have a beautiful place, more than Lagos. What is in Lagos? Why are you staying in Lagos to be slaughtered? Look at the type of life we're living in Lagos. You just want to be a Lagosian. And every other day they'll kill you for nothing. And nothing will happen. Nobody will come. Nobody will take responsibility. Nobody will talk for you. We are going home. It is not a crime. We want to be in Biafra land, our nation God gave to us. And forget about this thing Britain created. Britain knows very well that they didn't create a nation. They didn't create a country. Just a place they exploit. They're exploiting both human resources and mineral resources. They went and take the land belonging to what do you call it, this Canada area. And now they are inviting people to come and stay in Canada. I used to remember Canada in those days. You go to Quebec. Quebec is like, what do I call it? It's like Odako. Quebec. Nobody lives there. Very rejected area. And that Quebec area is owned by France. Today, if you go to that Quebec, they have developed it. And now they are asking you to come and live in Canada. You will leave your ancestral land to go and live in Canada, in a flat or in a room. We need Biafra. If we don't get Biafra, it's better we all perish. I'm telling you honestly. We better get Biafra or we die getting Biafra, so that our children will enjoy it. What is life without freedom? Nothing. Fellow IPOB and Biafrans, because once you are from old Eastern region, take it or leave it, you are a Biafra. Forget all the divisions you have. These are mere something they use in confusing you. Today they have taken one of the son of, what do you call him? One of the son of Warrant Chief, Akpabio. That guy Akpabio, I used to know him. I used to greet him. We used to discuss because he studied in the University of Leiden. Original name is Obot. I used to call him Mr. Obot. Maybe you have forgotten. Akpabio is from Obot family. Obot in Akwa Ibom. to visit. We used to meet in Nigerian embassy when we did not really have our meeting there. Nigerian living in Netherlands and in Den Haag, call it Den Haag. He used to come there. He used to visit a friend. We used to meet together in the house of a friend also. So I know him very well. I'm talking in the 80s, early 80s, 85, 86, 87. So today he is to be made a Senate president. I love that. But that is politics a way. Another way. It's a politics, a very big politics they are playing. They want to use that area to, to make it look like they are not part. Because once that man enters there as a Senate president, he will begin to talk about Biafra. So this is another game they are playing. But for me, let him be Senate president. But we are getting Biafra. If at the end of the day anybody said they don't want to be, we need to have a country of our own. There is nothing wrong in that. After all, Luxembourg is not up to 10 million. It is a country. Belgium is not up to how many million? It is a country. Netherlands, how many? They are not up to 20 million. Netherlands, you see the Netherlands. There is a country. Austria. Name them. Even Kosovo is a country. Why can't we have a country and be able to organize ourselves as a civilized people? Why do we want to remain in Nigeria, created confusion, called Nigeria, created by Britain for their own economic interests? Fellow Biafran, thank all of you for listening this evening. Maybe by the special grace of Elohim, the Creator, Wednesday, we will be here again to deliberate on so many other issues, because there are so many things to be discussed in this radio. This is a time that are listening, that have listened this evening. May God bless all of you in the name of people. Mazi, thank you.
There were Mazi. Thank you very much. You can log off if you wish. But before I come in just for a few minutes let me bring in also Mazi Anayo, who has been calling. Mazi Anayo, can you hear me? Please use 5 minutes to say whatever you want to say. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me.
The whole world na no luge.
Okay. Emano Igbo can be a biko and ekene everybody. Onwe ka metu mu obere some things aka onwe ye ncho ka nkutu. My brother Jonathan Chukwu gozie jisi n'ike. Man onwe ye nchoro ejo no. Jonathan na enu ihe na-ekwu.
Onye ọbụla na-anụ ihe na-ekwu. Ụwa niile na-anụ olu gị.
Onwe ebe nchọ ka anyị tụọ aka. Ịma na abụ ndị Igbo na-atụ n'inu si na atụpụta nkịta abi egosie ya. Onwe problems anyị bụ ndị Igbo nwe kịta. And onwe one achievement anyị bụ ndị Igbo mmekwa anyị may achieve ọfụ a. Ịma achievement anyị mere ọfụ a anyị bụ ndị Igbo in place very well. Anyị nabatara mbụ igbu nwanne anyị. Very good achievement. He deny one night. Very good achievement. He hate one night and he betray one night. Yabu ezugbo gift ndị Igbo nwe since Buhari ji wee bata na regime ya. And hatred ya I mere achieve mbụ ndị etinyere n'isi akpọrọ ndị gọvanọ anyị. And hatred ya na ibitre nwanne na ịkpọ asị bido n'aka ndị a na-akpọ ọhaneze. Amarọ m ebe such group of human beings si wee pụta. Amarọ m mgbe our leader na-asị that no nwee ndị amụrụ n'ụzọ iche. People aghọtara na the meaning of ndị amụrụ n'ụzọ iche. And kịta ka nnụwa na-ayọ Chukwu na-achọpụta na ndị amụrụ n'ụzọ iche nsi n'aka ndị ọhaneze ndị Igbo amụrụ fa n'ụzọ ije and wee bụrụzie that na na onwero n'ime ndị ọra na eze a nwere tiri n'ọbụ nwanne andụ ọbara onye Igbo onwere onye Igbo nwee mmesi na ọbara onye Igbo a na-egbu andụ ndị ọra na eze a ha chara na ụmụ ha n'obodo oyibo andụ onwere onye na-ajụ wee ruo today ife eji egburu onye Igbo and ndị a mụrụ n'ụzọ ije ndị second people again wụrụ ntụ governors and ụmụ fa niile n'obodo oyibo afọ m nwa kwere mmadụ ka ọ nọ London eje ịzọ ndụ ya na London kpọrọ onye ahụ eje were hat ya ka etinyezielu nwa ya ka ọ wee dụ ndụ ọ nọ na-enene onye arụ na aya o wee bụrụ ndị amụ n'ụzọ ije wee nọrụkwa na-enene ndị a kpọrọ ndị igwe o wee bụrụkwa nọ ndị a ka amụkwalụ n'ụzọ ije echere m na igwe mbụ onye ife meme n'obodo o igwe ka na-ebu ụzọ anụ ya duto na-agbata ọsọ na dị igwe gwe na-ekwanụ na-egbukwa ụmụ nwanne gị echere na onwe ana enwere ike achọrọ ilenụ na ana anwa o igwe ka a na-agwa ya igwe asị igwe ada-enye ọda ịla ana igwe na-asị ka akpọ ọrụ obodo si ya na onwekwa na ana onye mba chọrọ igo no ma ọ na gọọmenti chọgodo igo ana a na-ebu ụzọ bụ igwe na ha chọrọ iwere ana dị etu a igwe asị biko ka m gwa my people maka ana dị etu a mana kịtazi mgbe na-achọpụta na-anapụgo power of igwe werezie nye gọọmenti n'aka igwe na-ejizi aka ya laa na ana mmadụ na be anyị o wee bụrụ ndị amụ n'ụzọ iche ndị akpọrọ gọvanọs wee nọrụ wee sị m na onye anọ na-asọrọ ọkụ mbụ Buhari ndị mkpọ n'ọpapa m ndị mkpọ ka ha nekwata m ndị etinyere n'ọchịchị n'ala Igbo ka fa soro wee protect their image of their people their citizen ke protect fa ha wee were ọbara anyị wee wụrụ the beast the antichrist enenesielu m soro udo mgbe ewinu gọvanọship a na-enye anya n'iru nesie ya wee chee na ine onye anya ọdụ very responsible amarụ na soro udo na hope ụzọ dị mma na-eme competition ọbara onye Igbo ndị amụrụ n'ụzọ ije onye ya egbukarị ụmụ nwanne ya wee na-enene ndị Hausa niile bụ gọvanọ na ugwu Hausa ka mmalụ na onwe onye mere accept of igbu Northern from nnene ndị Yoruba gọvanọs niile ka nwa na onwe onye ga-afụ na-egbu Yorubas from nnene ndị middle belt nwanụ ka mfụ gọvanọ na-sponsor igbu middle belt from o wee bụrụ gọvanọs enwe n'ala Igbo Debra Umahi Nwike ha ncha niile 5 gọvanọs enwe n'ala Igbo na-eme competition etu igbu onye Igbo and ndị Igbo nwanụ enwere wee werụkwa ha wee kwarụ ngwa ọrụ wee yiwe fefe a na-akpọ ebube agụ ndị ebube agụ wee na-eme competition with ekperima nke nọ na Finland wee group by group na-eme competition onye ya egbukarị onye Igbo wee na-ajụ ebee kedu ife na-eme anyị ebee ka ife asị ndị mmadụ wee na-ya ndị Igbo wee nọrụ wee na-ebi ndụ competition onye ya egbukarị ndị mmadụ wee nwezie kidnappers wee nwee notorious armed robbers ndị nke nọkwazinụ competition a na-eme n'ala Igbo kịta bụ onye ya egbukarịnụ ndị gọvanọ wee nwee their own Soludo nwee squad nke ndị onye ya egbukarị na Anambra steeti ogbusi onye Enugu agwa ya na onye nwa nka wee na-ajụ ndị Igbo kedu ebe ndị asị wee na-enene n'ala Igbo niile ndị kpọrọ onwefa ndị ụka men of God nwee si na ha bụ obe Kraịst si na Chineke ka fa na-ekpere n'ime mmụọ na n'eziokwu si na ha nkwu n'eziokwu amarọzi m ebe ndị nke anwa si wee na-ajụ si ka njụọ ndị Igbo unu adụ sọ na ọ bụrụ ndị amụ n'ụzọ ije tụrụ Fulani unu adụ sọ na ndị a unu kpọrọ igwe na these people abụrụ Fulani unu adụ sure na ọ bụrụ ọnwụ ka anyị na-anwụ n'ala Igbo? Unu adụ sure na anyị kafụkwa n'ala Igbo again? Ewee na-ekpochapụ Imo steeti ka ọgwụ, na-ekpochapụ Anambra steeti ka ọgwụ, na-ekpochapụ Enugu steeti ka ọgwụ. O wee bụrụ ofu onye nke nwa na anyị nwere enwe a na-akpọ Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị bụ ndụ, thank God for IPOB. Those that take oath, that stand in the IPOB, the real heart call of IPOB. Under ka ọ na-abụ ncheta, mbegide akwa cheta ha, asị Chineke mee n'ebere. Ihe nna ya Chukwu mbụ, biko nna m, mee n'ebere n'isi your beloved leader, na our beloved leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ka a napụta ya, biko nna m. Ogo nọ nwere ife ọzọ imeelụ, ụmụaka IPOB, na ndụ nwegwo heart attack maka Nnamdi Kanu, ma ndị na-ayọ ọya today maka ihe gbasara Nnamdi Kanu. Mere anyị ebere ka anyị nweke n'ọṅụ for one day. Ewee cheki ihe niile nọ n'ala Igbo, ndị igwe, o nwere ofu onye mfugolu pụta anụ sị na ihe a karịa. Chekie gọvanọs niile, o nwere ofu onye si mba, ọkọ na ụmụ nwanne nke a na-egbu ife a. Obianọ gbusie na onye ọbụla, Rojas gbusie na, wee na-ajụ so onye ọbụla bụ gọvanọ n'ala Igbo mbụ ụmụ nwanne ya ka ọ ya egolulu egbe debelụ. Bikonu ndị mụ na fada agba ọsọ ndụ a, anyị nọzi ọdụ ka chikin. Ndị igwe a na-akwụ ha ụgwọ ọnwazi. Iburu igwe inwezi edozi title of 4 million naira maka ego. Ndị igwe na gọvanọ na ndị na-achị anyị n'ọra na eze nlezianya Igbo, onwezi Fulani mmanụ ma ọ bụ Yoruba nwere respect for any Igbo man again. Lesi anyị le anyị ka efere asasi asa, onwezi ụfụfụdụ n'ime were mmiri nga chaa ya ọfụma. Ogwezi ebe anyị ji anyị nwee power, only person anyị ji eku ume aka ji ebu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kedu ebe anyị na-aga ife a? Kedu ndị na-ife a anyị kpọrọ ndị igwe? Kedu ndị na-ife a anyị kpọrọ ndị gọvanọ? Onwezi onye nwere obi nwanne, onwezi onye nwa the value human being. Onye Igbo, ọbara onye Igbo ka eji akwa aka karịa ọbara onye Igbo, ọbara chicken, ọbara ọkụkọ nke dị very important more than ọbara onye Igbo. Nke wụzi poison, anyị nwe inye ọnwa anyị poison mbụzi, nke a wụzi football, nke wụzi betrayal di na nwunye mbụzi nonsense. Ndị Igbo enwezi akọ na uche. Nwaanyị nọ na di na ala Igbo enwezi ifere ụmmadụ ejie. Nwoke nụrụ nwaanyị enwekwuzi ifere ụmmadụ ejie. Ụmụazị enwekwuzi respect for okenye. Mazi Jonathan, enweghị m time.
Ndewo.
Chukwu gozie ego.
Gozikwe gị. Ndewo. Akọwa Chigeji bụọ. But anyị ga-continue kwe na-eme ihe anyị na-eme na-ekwu. N'ihi na anyị ebe a ka nsogbu dị. Otu anyị si eche. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this is where I'm going to call it a quit for today. You have listened. You see the plans they have against us. What we are speaking here, what we are talking here is the way to bring solutions to our collective problem. Stop thinking that your individual progress is enough. No. After all, you see people that demolish their houses. Somebody that could be able to build that house, at least in our Nigerian standard, is not a small person. All those houses. So, when you are here, when you think that you are okay, so every other person can go to hell, that is that lack of political knowledge, lack of political experience. Oh yeah, this is what we are saying. When you can, because of you are okay, I'm sorry, I'll take a sip of water. I don't know. When you believe that because you are okay, it doesn't matter how you made it, that what concerns others didn't concern you. You are mistaken. Collectivity is the key. Collectivity is the key. That is why it pains us when even inside the Biafra, inside Igbo, people start demarcating. Onye Imo, onye Anambra, ndị Igbo ndị ọzọ bi na Anambra. Yeah, very devilish statement that pollutes the mind. Of this clanism, we will beat it out of the brains of our people. Because when you are talking all these things, now, if Yorubas are chasing you out of Lagos, you shouldn't complain. If the Hausas are giving you quickness, you shouldn't complain. After all, you the same Igbo, you don't even take you take some people that you are more Igbo than them. That is very primitive mentality. Only you cannot solve anything. Only you. We have everything in our name, but we continue from fooling. They misbehave. That is why we say go back to our roots, because only the proverb, the adages we have in our language solves every problem we have. But when you epotazine they are onye Abakaliki, they are onye Enugu, they are onye Imo, or they are onye Anambra, go and here carry on your bona. You are simply a primate, because you cannot do anything alone. You cannot do anything alone. The smart thing Britain is doing through the caliphate, they will come and favor one group, one few people in your midst. Now, those people now will take themselves as privileged few, use it now abusing their own people, others, selling them in order to continue getting the privileges. Why do you prefer privilege instead of right? That is the question I used to ask. Why do you prefer privilege? Oh, they favor you. Oh, they favor you. Just like what Mazi said. They gave Akpabio. Yeah, Senate President. Okay. For him now, they want. I used to say it. You see Fulani. Forget about even Britain help them. Yes, but their political progress is second to none in the whole of Black Africa, or let me say West Africa, or let me say in the zoo. Their political acumen is second to none. First of all, before it was Loudon, Igbo presidency, even to the extent many Yoruba, yes, they are saying, Igbo presidency, give to them, give to Igbo. But they smartly shifted to a Yoruba person. Now, the thing galvanizes many Yoruba now, say, okay, listen, we get it in a platter of gold. Can we continue defending Igbo? Because they pitch South against South. That is number one. Now they stay at the side. Now watch is here as Fulani, they stay at the side. Now watch. It's politics. Sophisticated politics. I used to say this. After we say no, Britain helped them, used to help them. Yes, but they have their own initiative. And that initiative was what Ahmad Bello was defending, their own initiative before Britain came. Because they conquered Hausa before the coming of Europeans. Do you know that? Before they met the Europeans, they used their initiative to conquer Hausa. Ottoman Dan Fodio pitched one Hausa against his brother. He pitched one Hausa against his brother. That's why one person used brother, conquered brother, a whole Hausa race. They become subjugated and conquered. Why can't you admire this type of people? Give them credit. That's what I do, so that we learn from them. Just like Mazi Zekulie said, businessmen, everything they turn into business. They think that entering politics is for business, to get power and use it, live a good life, or subjugate others, your fellow brothers and sisters, to showcase how powerful you are. That is the only thing average Igbo politician know. Nothing more. He don't know that he can use it to the benefit of his own people. to the benefit. I say, Ahmad Bello. Do you know that Ahmad Bello? Ahmad Bello is a Fulani man. Do you know that? But Tafawa Balewa is not a Fulani man. Do you know that? He's a Northerner. He's a Muslim, but he's not a Fulani man. Now, Ahmad Bello was able to manipulate him, to organize everything. Ahmad Bello was the highly outspoken. He's supposed to be the premier of Nigeria, but he pushed Tafawa Balewa forward. He said, no, go to the center of Nigeria. Let me retain and maintain this, north. Let me be the premier, northern premier, and defend the northernization agenda. But you go to the center. I will be here defending it. They are able to agree. Imagine that it's Igbo people. This one said, now which one? Now you how can I be? Look at Azikiwe. Was he able to? He came and run back when he lost when they pushed him out of Lagos. He ran down to Enugu and imposed himself on Eyeta, pursue Eyeta. That started our problem division today. Do you see? When we talk about politics, that the Igbo people they don't know, and they thought that politics is about doing business. Yeah, you say, oh, it's about doing business, buying and selling. That is the only thing they think about. And that is why our leader started by attacking mercantile mentality of our people. They take everything as mercantile. That is for a governor, you have to go and sell your people. You have to, what are you going to do? I will kill my people. I will say, just after I steal, they will allow you to steal, enrich yourself, your family, your friends, and now once you finish enaza ikwekwe ozibondo. And even if you want, you run away to another country. That's you have used business, politics, done business in the head of your people, in echo, and you will see people that are praising him for clearing the interests of his people. Today, let us remove ourselves from this cacophony of idiocy we are in, political idiocy. And well, before this IPOB opened my eyes that in the Igbo politically I minus even below zero. We are below zero. Look at how they shrink us Igbo land into 5 eastern states, or southeastern states, 5 states. And the others, they forget, as long as this Ohanes and Igbo, they can get something. Any policy against their people, they don't care. Look at Ebubago. Do you know the reason why they formed the Ebubago? To protect the politicians in Igbo land. That is the only thing. Ebubago is just anti-people. If anything you talk against, or if they see you that you are opposing to any politician as an ordinary person, they use a Ebubago go and slaughter you. Ndibo. That is why, because they were afraid of ESN. That is why they hastily formed the Ebubago. Have you ever asked yourself, Ebubago, since they formed Ebubago, have they showcased they have killed or captured the Fulani terrorists, kidnappers that are in our land? Have you ever had it? Why don't you ask yourself, why is it? Why not? Well, then what is their? You see, Amoteku, they display every time they capture the Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. So, tell Ebubago, what did they do? They go and burn houses of innocent people, Igbo people. Oh, one Igbo. We need to grow. IPOB is making us to grow. We need to grow because we are just like babies in the Nigeria setting. Right from beginning, Azikiwe, all of them, we are babies politically. The Fulani on a ball, that you are nothing. Before, at the early time, they were afraid of the Igbo, thinking that we are sophisticated in politicking. But after they found that is why Gowon made that statement. He said, had it been I understand the Igbos as I do now. I will not have endangered the lives of Nigerians fighting, dying, investing billions and buying weapons. No. I will just give a fraction of that money to Igbos themselves, some few Igbos, and they will do the job perfect. Is it not what they are doing? Is the council of Gowon that they are implementing today? Most of them are clearing his people. He is ready to kill his father, his mother, if they are still alive, so that he still remains. He said it openly. Say, nah, this thing, this governorship, Chukwu just nye totore neligwe nye. Kamado gasekwa ege guri egu. He said, "Come on, you wanna." He said it. That's why he's clearing everybody for his own interest. One single person that will die. One day he will die, and the Igbo race will continue. Obi invited Obasanjo. I mean, Nigerian military under Obasanjo. Obasanjo asked him, say, if I bring them all, they will keep. Instead of him to bring down his ego and negotiate, there is something I saw in our people. They can beg foreigners, so they can negotiate and lick us or foreigners' ass. But when it comes to their people, hey, ego, who to beg me to negotiate? Do you know me? But that person that is talking, do you know me? He will, once he see Alhaji in private, Alhaji will slap him. He will say, "Thanks, sir." Mana oruzie nulo ya kebeji ke kebi ke ka, you know, kana ko oruzie chuku. That is how our people behave. But things will change. Things are changing. That's why we are touching the mentalities of our people to change the way we reason. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our identity. Without Biafra, we are nobody. We are nothing without Biafra. But we must continue making sure that we continue consistently being consistent in fighting for this restoration of Biafra. Thank you for listening to this program. Tomorrow is another day. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, including Mazi Ezekulie, it is simply good evening.
The land of the rising sun.